The news from Somerset against Yorkshire. Welcome once again to this Vitality Blast clash between Somerset and Yorkshire at the Cooper Associates County Ground. For those of you who are just joining us, I can tell you that the Visitors won the toss field. Let's go through your lineups for today, then starting with Yorkshire, number 58, Lauren Winfield Hill, number 66, Erin Thomas, number 21, Jess Jonathan, number 22, Stair Callis, number 6, Amy Campbell, number 19, Maggie Ward, number 42, Beth Langston, number 27, Ines Blackwell, number 77, Ria Fackrell, number 17, Holly Darton, and number 16, Jess Woolston. And now for your Somerset lineup, sponsored by Glastonbury Abbey, number 18, Bex Odgers. Sponsored by Academy ICT, number 63, Sophie Buck. Number 4, sponsored by Alfred Law, Annika Leroy. Number 27, Neve Holland. Number 25, sponsored by Joseph Hanson Estate Agency, Alex Griffiths. Number 38, sponsored by Future Media, Katie Jones. Number 20, sponsored by Pump Supplies, Chloe Skelton. Number 22, sponsored by Barton Law, Jess Hazel. Number 23, sponsored by Batman Solicitors, Lola House. Number 95, sponsored by Home Finders, Liv Barnes. And number 16, sponsored by Queen's College, Ellen Makusic. Our match umpires for today are Ant Harris and Sam Clontek. Our match referee is Sam Hanks, and scores are Kim Mitchell and Chris Jordan. give a warm reception to our guard of honour for today, Philly Cricket Club. Somerset County Cricket Club stands against all forms of discrimination, and there is no place for it in our sport. We'll embrace and celebrate differences everywhere, knowing that with diversity.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Cooper Associates County Ground in Taunton for this latest Vitality Blast match as Somerset's women take on Yorkshire in a clash where Somerset know that if they win, they'll keep their unbeaten record in the competition going, tied against Hampshire and won up at Edgbaston the other day, so they come in with 6 points and Yorkshire are looking for their first win. But if it's anything like the 50-over match that we had between these two teams on this ground at the start of the season, it should be an absolute belter. As you can see, there's another beautiful day in Taunton. There was just the thoughts that we might have a thunderstorm or two today, but it doesn't seem as though there's anything like that brewing, and we should be set for a full 20-over-a-side game. Ed Seaborn, Claire Jenkins and Peter Trigo with you today, and good afternoon, Claire. I'll give you the news from the toss first of all. As you can see there, Yorkshire have won the toss and elected to bowl. What are the team news, though?
Okay, so the teams as they line up will be, Somerset will be Bex Odgers, Annika Leroyd, the Australian import, Sophie Luff, Captain Fantastic of course, Jess Hazel, Katie Jones behind the stumps, Neve Holland, Alex Griffiths, Chloe Skelton, bit of spin from Lola Harris, Erin Vakuzic and Liv Barnes. Meanwhile, Yorkshire line up as Ines Blackwell, Amy Campbell, Ria Fackrell, Holly Garton, Jess Jonathan, their Australian import, who's been playing brilliantly this year and was the most valuable player in the Metro Bank as part of this season. Stair Miles Callis, or Stair Callis, I don't know if she's playing in that Dutch game tomorrow. They're playing Scotland up in, I wouldn't be surprised if she's playing up at the Grange tomorrow. Anyway, the Dutch international Stair Callis. Beth Langston, Erin Thomas, Maddie Ward, Jess Woolston and Lauren Winfield Hill, the captain.
Looks as if it's going to be Maddie Ward to open the bowling. So Somerset are unchanged from that game against Warwickshire, and Yorkshire have made a couple of changes, one of them enforced because the Scottish internationals have now left to join up with the Scotland squad for the World Cup, so there's no Rachel Slater today, who very probably would have taken the new ball, so have to go a little bit of a different direction. Maddie Ward round the wicket to start us off. Odgers and Luff, the opening pair for Somerset, who certainly been both in the runs, half centuries for both Odgers and Luff in the competition already.
Yep.
Oh, and that's a confident shot. This could go all the way. Oh, almost did. I think it's just one bounce four, but Bex Odgers across her stumps and exhibiting some of that powerful striking we've been seeing.
Yeah, she got in that tie-up Hampshire here against Hampshire. She got 57 off 38 balls, 8 fours and a 6. So she's on some form. She was doing well in the Metro Bank as well, I think, looking from afar.
Yeah, well, she was hitting Amanda Jade Wellington like that, welcoming her back to Taunton. Well, she's tried to go again. Loud shout.
Big shout.
See whether that was a sort of classic case of spinner bowling round the wicket, and did it pitch in line? Oh.
A little bit down the leg, maybe.
I think it's angling onto the stumps. I think it's just whether it pitched in line. Maybe just pitching outside and saving. So 2 fielders out on the leg side now for Odgers. Everybody up on the offside. Beautifully pushed and well fielded up at mid-off. So they brought long on up to put backward square out to stop that sweep shot. Now Sophie Luff will take strike, opening the batting. So I mean, not something that she's not done before, but slightly
it's something
different.
Unusual for us to see. It's a tactic.
58 off only 33 balls at Edgbaston.
She did. as a Warwickshire supporter as well. Really pleased for her.
I bet.
Yeah, I'm sure Warwickshire were really pleased for her as well.
Yeah, I think less so.
Yeah, possibly less so.
There's not going to be any balls hit to a building site.
That's right. Well, in the Metro Bank, I was just going to say that game. I was commentating that game, I think. Sophie Luff got 111 not out against Warwickshire up there as well. So enjoys batting against Warwickshire.
Rogers, use of the feet, can't beat mid-off, but all... oh, hello. I was about to say, I think over may have been called already. I'm not sure, the umpire's already started moving, but the throw rather overshot the mark there from mid-on.
Stretching Lauren Winfield Hill.
6 off the first over, but certainly Odgers looking to go on the attack straight away. And you kind of expect that a little bit from this partnership. Not, as even said, with that strike rate of 175. It's not as though Sophie Luff can't score quickly, but
no,
Bex Odgers is the one that...
earned to the opening slot, perhaps.
Bex Odgers is certainly the one that you'd expect to be more belligerent at the start.
So we're going to have a bit of Ines Blackwell. I checked with the Yorkshire coaching staff, that is how it's pronounced, this morning, from the pavilion end.
So it's an entirely new opening combination from the last match for Yorkshire. They're opening with Slater and Jonathan.
Okay, so changing it up here. Right arm over, a bit of pace. Right-handed Luff, who plays that straight to the short mid-wicket. Ray Fackrell does the fielding. It's short mid-wicket, 77 on her back. I've seen Ria Fackrell play for Derbyshire when I was commentating earlier in the season. We've got some changes round. Players being loaned out to get match practice as Blackwell comes in again. Again works a leg side, but backward of square this time. The fielder comes in from the deep, bring it through for a single. Another one to the total.
So Blackwell did play in the 50-over match on this ground earlier this season. She opened the batting on that occasion and didn't bowl, so now she's opening the bowling.
She's doing the set. She's obviously collecting things. I'm going to open the batting. Now I'm going to open the bowling.
I saw her in Tier 2 last year, because Yorkshire have made the step up this year to the professional tier.
Yeah. Blackwell in again. Rogers plays that to mid-off, and there is no run. Better throw back to Lauren Winfield Hill there. Some rather nice royal blue. Got some good trainers here. Royal blue. Got Amy Campbell. Looks like she's in bright red ones.
Star Callis looks as if she's gone along with it with a pair of
ones.
Highlighters. One of those fluorescent yellow ones and fluorescent orange.
That's right. Odgers sort of rocks back, but plays it, nurdles it backward of squares. The fielder there is going to cut that off just inside the rope. Slight misfield. They get through for 2 there. Rodgers on the attack, as you mentioned.
Oh, I love that. Sophie Luff was looking for a third, whilst Bex Odgers was with all due respect to Bex Odgers, who's perfectly mobile between the wickets, but it's just Sophie Luff's speed. She was looking for a third before Odgers was halfway through a second.
Well, setting the standard is the captain. Odgers to face Blackwell again. Bat high. Just pushes that down in front of her. That was close to a kadunk, and I have saved my first kadunk of the season for you, Ed. You happy
Lovely,
about that?
thank you very much for that.
It was almost a kadunk.
Very appreciated.
Slightly defensive kadunk there.
I thought to start with she was looking for something a bit flicky rampy.
Flicky rampy, yeah. I think
the hands seemed to move and then go back again.
Back on in again. Oh, you're right.
There we go.
Reverse scooped for 4 runs. It's Bex Odgers. She'll say thanks very much. That's a nice length to play that shot. Nicely there. 4 more runs to the total.
I don't mind saying I love watching Bex Odgers bat, because I must say she's somebody that a couple of years ago was right in the frame for things, and now she's just going from absolute strength to strength. I don't remember her playing so many of those shots last year even, and she's continuing to develop her game. The ball striking struck you immediately when you saw her last year, but adding those sorts of tricks, like she's already manoeuvred the field the previous over by going across her stumps and sweeping hard, and that just, especially in the power play, leaves you as a captain, if you're Winfield Hill, thinking, well, where do I
put the field?
Where do I set the field here? I've only got 2 fielders deep for the first 6 overs of power play. We're going to see Holly Garton into the attack, another one of these Yorkshire youngsters, but she's had a fantastic start to the T20 competition. And she's going to take over from that river end with some leg spin. And as ever, Sophie Luff almost straight to a fielder and says we'll have a single.
We like a positive attitude. Rotate the strike and all that.
It was a very low-scoring game, the 50-over game been referencing, which Somerset just snuck home thanks to Sophie Luff. So naturally, I'm expecting a high-scoring game, and with shots like that, that's what we're going to get with Bex Odgers again across her stumps. And okay, it's against the turn, but new ball, only 2 fielders out, plenty of space out there. It's another shot which is just manufactured, just come over to my side.
I was on the commentary at Edgbaston for Somerset versus Warwickshire, and Raf Nicholson really liked the fact that her nickname is Bodge. she kept referencing it. Bex
Oh, use of the feet this time, and has she got back in time? She has.
Ooh.
Well, she must have just saved herself with some quick feet there. So I must say, I've seen a little bit of Garton this season,
Yeah.
and very impressed. She bowls quite skiddy leg breaks, a bit different from, say, a Lola Harris.
Yeah.
Much quicker through the air. So she's done it for pace there a little bit. Hurried on. Certainly looks a prospect.
You were looking forward to lots of leg spin today, aren't you?
I was, yeah.
Yeah.
They're not playing Olivia Thomas today, Yorkshire, but they've still got Garton here.
Oh.
Across again, and that is going to test the fielder at deep square.
Fackrell out there.
It does well to watch the spin. Somebody will have screamed spin.
Because
but right, where? Where's
Yes,
it going to
that's right.
spin?
Well, it's usually going to go whichever way you don't want it to go. If you're out in the field,
Yeah.
you never quite know.
Well, you expect it to spin, and then it
backwards
hits
off.
something and goes the other way.
Yeah.
Oh, Sophie Luff.
Sophie Luff says thanks very much.
All the way. That is a clean connection. Right at the base of the advertising boards. And 6 to end the third, 25 without loss.
Do you think she's in the mood, Ed?
She's certainly not
Smack
showing
that
any
one
sort of
down the ground.
fear of using her feet and striking the ball cleanly. I mean, she's just backed away enough to give herself some room to free the arms, and takes a straight ball and belts it.
So at that game I was referencing at Edgbaston, Tina Goff took a lot of time talking about the various ages of the players, which Selena Luff was not happy about because Captain Fantastic is a little more experienced than some of her charges. Like, you wouldn't know that from how fast she runs between the wickets. That's just Jonason in. That goes past the bowler's hand, but there is no run. She's had a fantastic season, hasn't she? Bat and ball. 3 for against Surrey at home, best economy. She took first, third and fourth batters out, so that's reversed behind point. They're going to get 1, not convincingly, but even Sophie Luff says there's no second there. Just 1 more to the total. 26 without loss.
Yeah, of course, the beauty of Jonason is that she can bowl at any time in an innings. You can give her the new ball, she'll bowl it tight, you can bowl it through in the middle, but she's a great death bowler. I mean, you're bowling slow left arm over the wicket, just firing it into the pads. Very hard to get away.
Very hard. Luff to face. Plays that beautifully through. Cover point. There's going to be 4 runs. Stroked by Captain Fantastic there. 4 more to the total. Somerset 30 without loss. You like that one? You like that one, don't you?
Absolutely exquisite, isn't it? In a way, I like that more than the
big drive.
The shot, because she stayed in her crease there. There's no risk to that shot, and it's not an area that, you know, it is, as they say, the posh side.
Yes,
and I think it's
Barbara
the particularly
Daniels
posh part of the posh side.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Volvart section.
Yeah.
She likes Laura Volvart of South Africa likes to play cover drive. If you've not seen her play, it's classic. It's a bit like that, only taller.
I feel like I've actually, my memory's just been jogged by the scoreboard. I'll come back to that.
Jonathan in again, left arm round. Luff rocks back, straight to mid-on, who struggles to stop that. Right, still I think down there. And just get the one, another one to the total, 31. What were we going to say?
Well, what is the reason behind that nickname that you mentioned?
What, Captain Fantastic?
No, not that one. Budge.
Bodge. Apparently they call
Budge
Bex,
or Bodge?
Bex Odgers.
Bodge.
Bodge. Which Dr. Raf Nicholson loves from cricket. Other podcasts are available. That's worked backwards of square. It's going to run away for 4. 4 more to the said Bodge onto the score.
It certainly wasn't a Bodge job.
No, it wasn't. It's the end of the over as well. When we get through another over, we're going through these overs quite quickly, aren't we? Especially with the shorter run-ups. Oh, we were bigging up Jess Johnson, and Luff and Odgers have said thanks very much.
It's great footwork again from Odgers. I mean, the footwork saved her from the stumping in the previous over, and once again just shimmying across and opening up an angle that wasn't really there. But this pitch looks an absolute belter, as you'd expect at Taunton, so Somerset will know that they're going to have to keep finding boundaries, especially in the power play, but there doesn't look to be a great deal of turnout there, and the ball is coming on so far very nicely, even from the spinners, so expecting
and it is
a
glorious
high score
weather here
here
as well, and a nice
or for it to
wicket.
need to be a high score, I should say.
Yeah, you want a high score. You've set it up, it's going to be a high score. Right, that's good enough for me.
Well, I've covered a few blast games so far, and I haven't seen a high score.
Oh, I'm
yet,
sure we
so
can get a big one.
We've already
today.
had 4 4s and a 6 in the first 4 overs, and it's
Still in the power play.
just Woolston.
2 more overs of the power play left.
Woolston back into the side today for Yorkshire. Oh, I think she almost didn't mean to. Does she almost not mean to hit that? Or is
Was
it
she
just
not
taking?
ready? She
oh,
looks
is
like
it just
she's
taking
given a
Lauren
body
Winfield Hill
language
on the thumb or
Was I ready for
fingertip?
it?
Ow! It made a noise like Sophie Loffer got some bat on it, but I think it's just come off Winfield Hill,
Winfield
and
Hill's
she's in a bit of
calling
bother
for
here.
the physio, because that is the challenge for wicket keepers, isn't it? Lots of finger injuries and things. So just catch it right. So they're going to have a Luff and Odgers are going to have a chat in the middle. Or Bodge and Captain Fantastic.
I don't think they call her that.
They call her, the players?
I don't think the players call her Captain
Captain
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
No.
Well, I have conversations with her mother, Selena Luff. She likes the fact that I call her Captain Fantastic.
Oh, I'm sure she does.
Yeah, as a mother would.
But I'm also not sure that would it really send the right democratic message if she forced everybody in the squad to call her Captain Fantastic.
I think we should get T-shirts printed with it and make her wear them everywhere, even when she's shopping or walking the dogs or whatever, anything. It's a wonder I haven't had a message from Selena Love. She must be on a holiday somewhere. She's always somewhere exotic or whatever.
Right. So Winfield Hill's okay, which is good to see. Oh, she's just been tested again. That's not exactly what you want after you just had a blow on the fingertips. The ball fired down the leg side. What a take that was.
Well, that's good. Wide ball signal. 36 without loss. Still in the power play, so the fielding restrictions around the 25-yard circle. Men's game is the 30-yard circle. The numbers inside out and different in the men's game. Women's game, 25-yard circle, 2 fielders allowed out.
Just meeting it on the full, and do they? No, they won't take a second.
Goes underneath Holly Garton there.
Probably did save the second though by taking that pace off it.
She did.
Yeah, quite close at mid-wicket and extra cover. A bit of a breeze today, fluttering the flag, so perhaps not quite as sweltering as it's been on previous days in this heat wave. It's a firm drive through extra cover. I don't think they'll turn this into 2. No.
I think because she hit it down, didn't she? Almost took the energy out of the ball. Of course, making it then less risky. Getting an easy single there.
Pretty central, this pitch. Maybe a slightly shorter boundary to the Somerset stand, but
not much in it, is it?
No.
We're pretty central, aren't we? Which is good. Nice wicket to play on for the women.
she's even using her feet to the seamer, beating mid-on.
Luff nearly got bodged there, full on with that drive. She likes that drive, doesn't she?
Yeah, there's something quite special about watching Sophie Luff in full flight down the pitch. She goes flying, the hair goes flying out the back of the helmet, and then she almost takes out Bex Hodges at the non-striker's end with that shot. Get the heart rate going.
Our fan's been on, Guy Goodman. He said, "Oh, it's great to hear Ed and Claire on the commentary." So that's the fan.
Is that our fan?
That's our fan.
That's the only one.
Yeah.
Could do with a fan in here, to be honest.
Yes.
Past the bowler, and that beats mid-off this time. She's playing straight, Sophie Luff, and continuing to find boundaries.
Hitting the V.
It's a very narrow V as well that she's hitting in.
Well, the fans will be loving that.
How close to the bowler was that? I mean, it was hit so firmly you couldn't catch it.
It was proper thumped. They've got some fans in. I think they're hiding in the shade underneath us, Ed.
Yeah, Gimblets Hill's pretty well populated. I saw quite a lot in the pavilion next to us.
It's pretty hot out there. It's 29 degrees when I came in.
Straight again. OK, you thought that previous V was narrow. I'll hit it even straighter.
That's an
and that's the 50 up for Somerset after 5.
That V's becoming high. It's straight back down the ground. Oh, lovely shot there. So Hodges on 22, Luff on 27 with some beautiful strokes down and across the ground. We include that cover drive as well, which we both particularly enjoyed the previous over.
I think even Sophie Luff I've not seen. I did watch a little bit of the last match.
Oh, yeah.
And it just seems to be what she's doing at the moment. She's just really focusing on hitting hard and hitting straight. And even though I must say I've seen been lucky enough to see a lot of Sophie Luff over the years, I can't remember her being in quite this sort of mood.
Quite this positive, that's right. Oh, well, that's nurdled into the leg side. Fackrell comes in. They get through for a single because Luff's off the mark like a whippet.
And then you've got that to fall back on, I guess, as well, in that there aren't too many players who can take singles to basically anybody in the circle in the power play.
She's going to do that, isn't she?
She's not going to face too many dots.
And that's a skill in T20, isn't it, to make sure that you rotate in the strike as Blackwell comes in again. Luff takes a big wind-up, but only manages to send that straight to Stair Callis, and there is no run at mid-off. Didn't quite time that one.
But I don't think Yorkshire are bowled badly here.
No, I think
there've been a lot of good balls that have been hit for 4.
Whether Somerset have been hiding in some cold tank, coming out like they mean business as Luff plays that again to Stair Callis, but she's going to get a single this time. She's determined to make the most of it.
Sort of a prime example, really. I mean, there's a fielder on the edge of the circle at mid-off, and you couldn't hit that ball much harder to that fielder, and she's still happy to take on the single. It was also a no ball, and
no ball.
The umpire is now signalling.
We're going to the rodeo.
Free hit.
Has he done the rodeo signal?
He did, yes.
Oh, I missed it. Oh.
Sam Hollingshead, I believe that is, at this end.
And Ant Harris at the other end. We've got, also got, what did we say? Drew and Mitchell, that's their surnames, in the school box. Blackwell in again. Oh, she's in front of the stumps. There's a big shout.
Yes, from somebody that's forgotten it's a free hit.
Yes. As we all
the players do it as well.
I do it, yeah.
If anybody's ever been caught out by that in a T20 match, especially in the crowd.
Yeah, like, oh no, can't be bold on a free hit. So we move to back to general play, as it were, and they move the short third to short fine as Blackwell comes in again, right arm over. Oh, and Hodges tries to make the most of that by reversing, but misses the shot and now rehearses that she's going to do it again if Ryan Winfield Hill's paying attention, because she's noticed, oh, she's going to move. Ryan Winfield Hill is paying attention, is now moving her short fine to short third to try and cut that off. You're right, Hodges has really manipulated the field here and really made Lauren Winfield Hill think for this. That's played down the ground, but straight to Stair Callis, who stops it just outside the 25 yard, but they don't get even a single there. Not even Sophie Luff's getting a single off that one.
I don't know what...
53 without loss.
Sorry, Claire, I don't know what you think,
yeah.
but 3 hits,
yeah.
You can change the field if there isn't a change of... Sorry, you can change the field if there is a change of
there
strike.
Is a change of strike.
I think it should be change of handedness.
Ah, yeah, that's played backwards and square, up and over. There'll be 4 more runs to Bexodja as it's running away and over the rope. Lovely there. Somerset 57 for no loss. And that's the end of the power play. 6 overs done. And Somerset 57 without loss. Hodges on 27. Sophie Luff looking like she's in the mood on 28. And Ed Seaborn's going to take a well-earned rest and probably towel down and get some ice. And they're going to get Somerset legend Peter Trigo in. He's got his head on backwards, or his hat's on backwards. I'm not quite sure which way around. What do you reckon to it so far then, Peter?
Well, I had a great little spot on the balcony below.
Oh, yeah.
And first and foremost, looks like a great wicket, but I'm loving the tear that the 2 opening batters are on, just hitting clean shots. I mean, that last sweep sort of using the angles of the game, I guess, but I'm just loving the mood that Luffy's in, just hitting straight, hit the ball powerfully. A number of times she's hit great shots as well, straight at fielders. I mean, the 57 Somerset one could probably be a little bit more than that if they'd have missed a few fielders by a yard either side. But yeah, great ball striking, and I think always a good indication where Yorkshire have already used six bowlers.
Yeah, trying to work out the right combination.
It's been very good so far.
Oh, that's an even better shot. Up and over. There is a fielder there. Ooh, gets thrown by the spin. She overruns that. There's another 4 runs through the covers. Oh, headed like that one. Sophie Luff gets another 4. Somerset 61 without loss.
That's a proper shot, that, Claire. I mean,
nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you just show your class when you can play over extra cover. A nightmare for any spinner, any captain. If you can hit that little pocket there, you're in the game. And one of Luffy's trademark shots when she's full of confidence.
Right arm over, a bit of spin. Luffy just didn't really get hold of that, but it went through mid-wicket as a fielder. Fackrell comes off the rope and just get a single, but rotating the strike here. You get the feeling that they're in the mood here, these two. They've come out with some intent and they've taken the power play. As you say, possibly even could have done better, but when you've taken Jess Jonathan off by smacking her around, that's some batting from Somerset here.
Yeah, it's a sort of place, Taunton, especially in T20 cricket, that can really challenge the captains, and you very quickly run out of options sometimes here. I think
quick outfield, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's really, it looks even from up here like it's had a fresh mow, so it's cut nice and tight, the outfield. Good batting wicket. I think it's just important Somerset keep playing in this confident manner. No reason why they don't. They've had a great start.
Garton to continue from the river end. Right arm spin. Sophie Luff takes a big backswing, but it's gone wide, signalled by Ant Harris.
And Claire, the backwards hat is because I played a couple of rounds of golf in this ridiculous heat, and I'm trying to keep the sun off my neck.
Playing in this heat? God, what are you thinking?
Well, like most of my life, don't do much of that thinking lark.
It's always dangerous. Garton comes in again. Sophie Luff plays in that short V that she's had, but they've got that cut off on the boundary, so they're only going to get 1 there. 65 without loss. So where were you playing then?
I played at Burnham and Barrow this morning.
Okay.
Only 9 holes.
Made it sound like you were going to play another one.
Very early in the morning. I was trying to be sensible, but even at 8:30 it was roasting.
It was 18 when I got up, I think. As that's played through cover point. There is a fielder who's going to stop it. Yeah, she does stop it. And they get 3 for 2 because Sophie Luff's on a moped here. That's the end of another over. And Somerset are 67 without loss. Hodges on 30, Luff on 34.
Yeah, I think that last ball there is a real indication of the mentality as well. There was only a slight fumble in the misfield, but Hodges and Luff, sniffing out, maximising every ball at the moment. It's been an awesome 7 overs, 67 for no wicket, as you mentioned. Yeah, it's been great stuff. I mean, there is a risk that you sort of got off to a flyer and you sort of tone it down a little bit, but I think there's every reason for Somerset just to keep going here.
Keep the momentum once you've started, because you've shocked the field, haven't you, almost? They'd look a little bit rocked backwards.
Absolutely.
You know, if that's possible as a team.
Yeah, I think, you know, when you watch a lot of T20 cricket, I think you do sense in the outfield the mood of the team.
Yeah.
You know, they suddenly, all of us, you know, extra cover, for instance, being almost right back on the ring, they lose sight of trying to save singles and go into a very defensive mode, and certainly looks like that's the case. But you know, credit to Yorkshire, they're still up and about, still encouraging. But the reality of the field placing is everyone's sort of edging back. You know,
Yeah.
it's
That. Oh.
it's
It's shock, isn't it?
Yeah,
Almost?
it can be an intimidating place to bowl and captain at times, because the ball does fly off at all angles on this brilliant Taunton pitch.
Langston into Lough again. Bounced the last ball, but that one was sent backwards of square. Fielder comes in. We just get the 1. 68 without loss. Langston trying to use the surface here a bit. Former England bowler, of course, Beth Langston.
Well, it's probably worth mentioning as the innings goes on as well. It's no mean feat actually being out in these temperatures with the pads, and the helmet as well.
Dark
Seems to be
kit.
like a head greenhouse.
Yeah, that's right.
So the fitness will be tested.
Oh, there's an appeal. She tries a reverse, and that's given out. So Bex Odgers falls LBW to Beth Langston. Yorkshire make a key change in the bowling there, and it brings them the first wicket of Somerset's Bex Odgers. It started really well here. 30 off 25 balls, 5 fours. Positive start in the power play, but Bex Odgers finds herself going back to the pavilion. We're going to see the Australian import Annika Learoyd. She and Sophie Lough played some cricket, I think, in Australia together. Was that the connection? Why Annika Learoyd? She's a Sydney Thunder, isn't she? A New South Wales player.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm not sure about that, but you know, maybe the connection or with the coach as well would probably be.
Yeah, I think talking to
part
Selena,
of the acquisition.
Selena Lough, Sophie's mum, she said that they played some cricket out in Australia together, so that was the invite.
Well, one thing that has stood out to me in the few games I've commentated on is seriously classy player Annika Learoyd. She's scored a bucket loads of runs already, but not just the runs, the manner in which she goes about her batting
and that's
as well.
what you want from an overseas, isn't it? You want them to set a standard. You want to be, because they are still pretty young side, Somerset, as are lots of the county sides. But
well, you'll see a lot, I think, of Annika. She uses her feet a lot to seamers. She's very, very keen on doing that little positive shuffle down the wicket. And again, the nature and the way that she plays her cricket absolutely will inspire younger, less experienced players to play on the front foot, and it certainly looks like Somerset are taking her lead, which is excellent and a great signing. Wello was always going to be massive shoes to fill. Certainly from a batting point of view, Annika looks a class above.
69 for 1, and manoeuvring the field, so taking Rhea Fackrell out of short mid wicket. She's coming into short third by the look of it. To Langston, bowling to Lough. Right arm over. Lough awaits. Plays that into the leg side. It bounces up on her, but she manages to get the bat up and over that. They're going to get 2 here. That's a good understanding between these two. So 2 more runs to the total. 71 for 1.
Yeah, great running again from Luffy. She made the decision very early. She wanted to.
Yeah, as she has been. Ed pointed it out. She's been properly looking for an extra run every time, which is what you want. You want the opening batters to be seeking that. Lough faces again plays that through into the leg side. That's cut off. We just get the 1, another 1 to the total. 72 for 1. That's the end of the over also, so that's 8 overs gone. Somerset 72 for 1, Learoyd on 1 and Lough on 38.
Yeah, I think, Claire, there are many things that you can look into, quality of players, quality shots, good bowls delivered, but I always think, and echoed by a lot of people I speak to in the game, is running between the wickets and your attitude in the field really does give the observer the sense of if you're up for it or not. And like I said, the running between the wickets has been exceptional, and one of those games where you can really tell the Somerset group are really up for this fixture, which is excellent to see. And like I said, actions sometimes speak louder than words, and the body language, I think, of the batters has been exceptional, and the stroke plays has matched it.
Luff to face Jess Jonathan coming on from the river end, left arm around. Luff moves her feet straight to the fielder, but she can't quite get to that and only parries it, and they get through for a single. Ooh, through the hands there.
Yeah, an opportunity there at mid-off, but not an easy one, because that's come right out the middle of Luffy's bat. One thing I did notice when I was downstairs is Luffy's bat sounds like an absolute belter as well. It is making a fantastic sound. Yeah,
What's your bat? What's your bat? Jonathan into Leroy, so the Aussies facing each other here, and Leroy just dibbles that down in front of her and then runs after it. They're going to get one. Even Luffy's not coming back for a second one there, just the one. 74 for one here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. Vitality Blast. Yorkshire won the toss and put themselves into field.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is the modern way.
What you're chasing and all that, yeah.
I know it's can't always look backwards, but the mentality early T20 was to get runs on the board and pressurise the opposition by putting big scores up, especially here at Taunton. But as the seasons have moved on, I think you kind of back yourself to chase anything here at Taunton, so that would be part of the mentality. I think something that should have maybe been factored in is how hot it is. Is perfect conditions to bat.
Putting yourself in the heat as well in the field, aren't you, by picking to bowl when you win the toss. So they're going to be very hot. That's worked to square leg past the umpire. Just get another one, so a couple more to the total with those last two deliveries. Somerset 76 for one.
I have to say, Claire, there are some tosses that you don't mind losing as a captain. This is
yes. Let somebody else decide.
This kind of day is probably one of them, because if Somerset pile on a massive score, why did you put them into bat?
Yeah. Oh well, cause I didn't win the toss. So yeah, that's right. Jonathan in again. Luff moves her feet again to mid-wicket. That goes to Ria Fackerel and just get a single. Just the one more to the total. 77 for one. Leroy to face this time. Comes forward, works that into that pocket across the carpet, which is 2 strips over. Fackrell has to run in again. She has to come inside the 25-yard circle there. It's the end of the over. And that's 9 overs gone. Somerset 78 for one. Leroy on 4, Luff on 41. Heading towards a potential milestone for the captain.
Yeah, always nice to get your half centuries for sure, but I think, you know, for me, the exciting thing about Luffy's innings so far is the strike rate. She's really pressed on the gas and doesn't look like she's looking to slow down or start manipulating. Even her singles are quite powerfully struck, which I like. It's really important that these two don't just, you know, rest on their laurels that they've got a nice start here. The last couple of overs have been quite tight for Yorkshire, so important that Somerset, you know, pick and choose when they try and target those boundary shots.
Leroy rocks back, but can only send that straight to mid-off, and there is no run. Yeah, because Sophie Luff looks like she's carrying on where she left off at Upper Edgbaston against Warwickshire Bears on that win. She got the fastest ever 50 for Somerset, I think it was, and then ended up with 58 off 33 balls, which is no mean feat from the captain. That's sent again to Stair Callis at mid-off, and again there is no run.
Another thumping shot there from Leroy. The game down at Exmouth, so unlucky not to get over the line, and would have been a very well-deserved century. But you know, a lot of shots like that. Exmouth the other week, she was just finding that yard either side of the fielder. It's important not to get frustrated when you play a bit of find the fielder, which is super frustrating as a batter, but it does happen.
Backward of square, they think about a second. I think this is going to be given one for the over. It is indeed one for the over. Signals the umpire to Langston and to the batter, Sophie Luff. 41. But she gets another quick 50 here. She's faced 26 balls already. Langston in again. Loping run up. Oh, it's gone straight through, Luff. I thought they'd been bolder then. She sort of, did she actually get a bat on that?
I think the ball looked like it had about...
Just sort of jammed down, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she hit it onto her own foot, and then
One,
somehow it missed
2,
the
3. Yeah, three opportunities, but didn't quite find the stumps. Fortunate for Luffy there. When it's your day, it's your day. Make the most of it.
Yeah, that's it. Another life. Love to carry on. Oh, it's up and over.
What a
This is
shot.
going to be up over the field into that V that we've been talking about. Another 4 runs. Captain Fantastic Sophie Luff edges closer, so she moves to 46.
Yeah, some shot there from Luffy, dancing down the wicket. Nice easy swing of the bat. Just relying on the quality of that cricket bat, just timing over the infield. Beautiful shot. And a needed boundary, actually. The boundary count has been low the last couple of overs, so that's a very timely boundary.
Langston to Luff again. Steps back, plays that back. This time in the eye that we talked about, even straighter than the V. There's a fielder down here. Blackwell cuts that off and just get the 1. So another 1 to the total. That's the end of another over. So 10 overs gone. Somerset 84 for 1. Leroyd on 5 and Luff on 46. So halfway. So have I introduced you to the Jenkins formula? Have you been on the thing with the Jenkins formula? So it works for T20 and for the 50 for the women's game, because the trajectory in the men's game is slightly different. So I play this sort of game within a game. So it's double plus 20. So 188 is the potential total for Somerset. I'm going to write that down.
That makes a lot of sense. Double plus 20.
Double plus 20.
Yeah, I know there's one in 50 over cricket. Is you could double what you get at 30 for 50.
Yeah.
Providing you're less than 5 wickets down. I think that's the
Yeah,
the List A version.
Work. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't work. Yeah, sometimes it's sort of double at 12 and all that. Yeah, it doesn't work quite so well with the women's trajectory. I don't think anyway. So it's played up and over. Oh, beautiful shot. Sophie Luff is in the mood today. Another 4, and is that taking her to her 50? It is. 50 runs there for Sophie Luff. Off 29 balls, 6 fours, and well, it'll be 7 fours now, and a 6. So Sophie Luff setting a tone here with the bat.
Yeah, that's one of the great 50s, that rapid time and some quality shots. That one, I think, is probably my favourite.
Yeah.
Absolutely nailed over mid-off for 4.
And another single to just underline that innings that she's played so far. .89 for 1. Leroyd comes forward, can't quite get hold of that. Bowler has to do a bit of tidy up off her own bowling there. Right arm spin, that's worked into the leg side to mid-wicket and just get the 1. 90 for 1. Somerset here in the sunshine at the Cooper Associates County Ground.
Does look like there's a complete trust in the surface here from the Somerset batters, the way they were able to come down the wicket and hit the ball on the rise. Very, very good surface. Doesn't look like it's offering anything spin-wise. So
Helps that down the ground again.
In some ways feel for the Yorkshire bowlers a little bit, because it is quite a challenge. That's why it's important that Somerset keep the foot on the gas here. I don't think there is a total that you'd feel completely comfortable with.
188 wouldn't be nice if they could get to that. Leroyd plays that into the leg side, fetching it slightly, and they can't quite get hold of it. They just get through for a single. Rotating that strike, keeping that pressure on. That's the end of 11 overs. Somerset on 92 for 1. Leroyd on 7. Luff on 52. I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of the Somerset legend that is Peter Trigo. I'm going to introduce a guest for you.
Thank you very much, Claire. Good stint. I'm going to be keeping an eye on the Jenkins algorithm.
Yep.
And 188 is the benchmark that she has put down. The capable hands of Trigo and Corney is not how I would describe it. Anything could happen. Tune in. But we'll be all right. What a great start for Somerset so far. Leroyd played some quality shots. Hasn't quite got ticking yet. 7 off of 10. But Luffy has taken up all of the striking in the first half of this 20-over game at the moment. She's on 52 at the moment. How are you, Corns? And hate to say it, but that looks like a hell of a wicket. You wouldn't mind having a bat on that, would you?
Don't rub it in anymore.
It will come soon, no doubt about that.
Tell you what I was excited for, to come up here. It's got aircon, but we're in the one room
I
where the
know.
aircon is not not
I
working.
know. I know. It's like Mordor in here.
Oh,
Yeah, it is a little. I'm so glad I've worn a coloured T-shirt where you could see a little bit of a.
yeah, nice.
Me patches are doing me dirty here at the moment, but yeah, what a start. I mean, have you been in the dugout watching from side on? Oh, another great shot there from Sophie Luff, inside out over cover, races away for 4, playing with complete freedom at the moment.
Luff's been flying.
Absolutely. I mean, I did mention it. I was downstairs. Sound of a cricket bat. Sounds like she's picked out a good one.
Oh, yeah. And I think she hits different areas, doesn't she? She hits interesting pockets of the ground, which I think your normal field that you would set doesn't really defend that well enough. So
Well,
I think it is a bit of thinking outside the box to her, I think, is what the opposition captains need to do.
Yeah, I mean, she's got the game that could really be a massive headache. She hits straight very well, but I've always found that if you can access against a spinner extra cover, do it once, okay, we'll let you have that one. But now she's done it 4 or 5 times, you have to bring your deep fielder on the offside to a very straight position. But Luffy's actually quite a good touch player as well, so anything run off the face that beats point is also 4. So she's got herself into a situation where she could be seriously dangerous, and that is a loose delivery and belted away from Annika Leroyd. She moves into double figures. And I think that is her first boundary. Yeah, poor delivery there and got the treatment. Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's literally when you can hit extra covers, as a captain, you need an extra fielder, and it is a real headache. So, great position for Somerset to be in, especially as those boundaries have started to mount up a little bit. And that'll be another one that's not going to be reeled in. That is belted towards the family stand. 2 drag down deliveries.
Well dispatched there from Annika Leroyd.
Good word, dispatched. They were exactly that.
She's classy, isn't she? Like, probably pretty typical cricket shots. Looks good. Lovely highlights reel.
Yeah, I really enjoy the way, especially against seamers, she's happy to just waltz down the wicket a little bit, change the bowler's lengths up, but she's very much a sort of a strong V player. You know, I think early on today she's found the fielder a couple of times, but she's just got the knack at the moment of missing them. Another boundary, 3 in a row, a turkey of boundaries, if you're familiar with temping bowling terms. Have you ever temping bowled?
Well, yeah.
3 strikes in a row is a turkey, Corns. Come on, you know that,
but
don't you?
you've got to be good at temping bowling to
Well,
do that.
I reckon Annika Leroy is going to be pretty good at most things she does. Yeah, I was at the Exmouth game. I was like genuinely like devastated when she didn't get 100. It was one of the brilliant knocks. It really was. Was it 97 she ended up with?
Yeah. Unfortunate.
It was a knock that just shouted out, "You deserve 100 here," and it was a real shame. But you know, it's brought a lot of confidence into this competition. She's been pretty prolific since pulling on a Somerset shirt, which is great. And I do think that it's had a brilliant effect on the group as well. And Luffy waltzes down 1 too many times, going for that big shot, and she's out. But hasn't she played well? 57 off 35 balls. A great knock. Shame it comes to an end, but also a big tick in the box that she was willing to keep going. Brilliant stuff from Sophie Luff, and laid a magnificent platform for maybe the maths of Claire Jenkins to come true. 188 is very much on, and maybe a couple more. Let's hope.
That would be good. Very good innings from Luff there. I think like she's clear on her role, isn't she? She is that kind of aggressive from the start, and I think it's obvious that she's clear on her strengths. Like, she's not hitting it all around the ground, but she's just hitting it where she's really, really good at, and just capitalised on the balls in her area. So, great start.
Absolutely. That is what you call knowing your game, and she's very experienced, knows her game, executed the game plan, I thought, brilliantly there. Got Somerset off to a brilliant start. 12.1 overs, 110 is certainly, in a matter of runs, you'd be very happy with. Gives the middle order batters a good platform to explode towards the back end. Still a bit of work to do. Annika's got herself to 20. Certainly the last 12 runs have come in rapid time. Niamh Holland, new to the crease. She's chalked up a few runs in the Metro Bank, so she'll have some amount of confidence. A bit of an interesting
You can't
first
teach that.
delivery there. What was that? Was that a little edge?
I want to say inside. Oh,
Or a bye?
Missed everything.
Maybe it was a leave.
Just dangled the bat in front of the keeper.
A dangly leave. Let's have a look at the replay of that. It couldn't have been far away from off stump. Yeah, it just slid in a little bit and through the legs of Lauren Winfield.
I think what I enjoy the most about Annie batting is her play off the back foot. I don't know if that's an Aussie thing, but
absolutely an Aussie
all right,
thing.
it's an Aussie thing, but it's so decisive and quick. It's joy to watch.
Yeah, I think the Australians have that blessed climate where they play on, you know, much harder surfaces, much bouncier surfaces. It's kind of universally known that you don't often get much change bowling short to Aussie batters, and she's certainly in that mould. But yeah, she's been outstanding so far. She's got right across the line. Lucky to get back there, Neve. Close LBW shout and nearly had a little bit of a brain fade run out.
It's all going on there.
That's very Neve.
Just too many things happening. Just calm it down.
Yeah, a lot went on there.
It's all right.
Is
Annie will go down there. Settle down. Settle down.
Chill. A lot's happened in these 3 balls from Neve so far. Just needs to take a breath. I mean, that's one of the challenging things coming in at 3, 4 and 20 over cricket. The role, almost by definition, is you're trying to keep up the momentum of what's gone before you. When it's bad, you're sort of bunkered down and you can sort of die in a hole sometimes. But when you follow an opening pair that have got up to an absolute flyer, you also feel like you're under pressure to hit from ball 1, and that's not always the best way to go about it. You still need a few balls to get yourself going, and especially as Luffy's innings in particular has bought the middle order some time just to get going, hit some strong shots, pick up your singles, hit the right gap, you'll get your boundaries. Really important for Somerset, I think, that they're 2 in batters going into those last 4 overs, and these 2 have a great opportunity to be that.
And never easy as well, coming in to face one of the greats, Jess Jonathan, first ball. Got to be switched on for that.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably been one of the skill sets that I think has, you know, men's or women's cricket has just been prolific good left arm spinners, you know, that have that ability to straighten the occasional one, but the danger ball seems to be that one that they just undercut in towards the stumps.
The non-spinning
spinner.
spinner.
The old Shinzano and Lemonade, or straight onto the stumps.
It just slides on a bit more, doesn't it? You go back thinking you've got time and space, and all of a sudden
it's on ya. Langston to Leroy, and that's been, as Corns predicted, very well hit. Sorry, that was Neve Holland, wasn't it? Maybe they've been doing some practice together.
I reckon they have been.
Bosh.
Yeah, don't bowl there to Annie.
Yeah, it's quite a sizable boundary out on the right-hand side as we're looking at it at the moment. It would take a fair clout to get it out there for 6, so really important you get your angles right. And a very well run 2 there by the Somerset pair, scampering.
Yeah, you know you're going to get that from this pair. They get on their bike early, speeding away.
Yeah, Luffy was turbocharged with the old run in between the wickets, wasn't she, in the first 10 overs. Turned a lot of 1s into 2s. Half a chance there. No, turned down. Too hot for 2 today, Corns.
Yeah, but you're only dealing boundaries, don't you?
These days, walked 1s and boundaries. I have 0 speed anymore, mate.
What is it? Knock it to deep cover, down the other end.
I have occasional moments where I think I can still run fast and then get a very rude awakening.
How's the bowling?
It's all right. It just hurts. I now go into a bowling spell in a completely opposite mentality. When I was younger, I was like, how many overs can I bowl today? Whereas now I start to tick them down. By how many overs have I bowled? 3. I'm like, yes, 7 left.
Have you got a bowl 10?
Sometimes.
Tough gig.
It's tough, mate. There's nothing good about getting old.
Good over that from Beth Langston. Tidy.
Yeah, Yorkshire have fought hard. I think there was a period before the Luff couple of boundaries where I think they had 3 consecutive overs without a boundary. Kind of brought Somerset back a little bit, but the turkey of boundaries from Annika just got Somerset going again. It's still ebbing and flowing. I think I don't know about you, Corns, but I would certainly want in excess of 175 to be competitive. I would say 170 is probably par on this sort of pitch. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, great pitch. Outfield's pretty quick. I mean, this side out to our right is a little bit bigger, but particularly with the platform that's been built, what's that? 10 and over from here gets you 178. That's doable, easily. 8 wickets in the bag.
Nice piece of bowling there. Just held that one back a little bit. Holland 2 off 7 balls, so just lacking a little bit of rhythm at the moment. Neves full of power though. She can chalk up the boundaries in quick time if she gives herself a chance. Prods that one down to mid-off.
I think in T20 cricket you can also just try a bit too hard, can't you? Early on in your innings, you want to keep that momentum going. That's been built so well. Oh, there is currently a gazebo. Well, it's DJ Ginge, isn't it?
DJ
the
Ginge
gazebo is blown onto.
I thought you were going to say DJ Ginge has decided to go streaking, but we can assure you that is not the case. Pre-watershed and all.
Successfully retrieved.
Well, confirmation that is a little bit of breeze here at the Cooper Associates
We'll
County
take
Ground,
that.
but it doesn't feel like it in our hot box here. Could be worse. You could have really warm headphones on as well.
Just kind of keeps the air in nicely, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just really adds to it. Be glad to know that the gazebo is held back with a nice concrete slab. That would sort it. Easy. Feel a sweep coming here. Oh, nearly.
Yeah, it's definitely one of Neve's go-to options. I was thinking this format of cricket is you playing sweeps or boundary shots. You know, you don't want to do it because the pressure's got too high. You know, you need to do it because you think it's the right option. It is a strong shot of Neve's. So big fan of giving it a try, but there's always a risk when you get down on one knee for the old LBW, but Leroyd choosing to use her feet, flicks that out towards that pocket at mid-wicket for 2. Oh, missed out on one there, Annika. Into the pitch. She was in position to belt that away on the leg side. Another good over there for Yorkshire. Just dragging that run rate slowly back. Big 5 overs coming up here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. Somerset 124 for 2. Look at the bowling figures. A couple of standouts really. Jonathan 1 for 17. Exceptional as always. Just going at 5.5 runs and over. Somerset have clearly targeted 2 so far.
Change of bowling and the mark has just got a millionaire.
I think what Yorkshire have done well is just stop the boundaries the last couple of overs. That's literally it. How can you defend the rope better? They've just kind of regained a little bit of control of the situation.
Yeah, they've definitely dragged it back. Run rate was creeping up towards 10 now, into the 8s. They've done a good job. Somerset need a reasonable boundary count, I think, for the next 5 overs to put up that 175 plus score that will get them into the halfway stage pretty confident they can defend it. Even though it does seem to be quite a unique ground. You're never fully happy here at Taunton with the shape of the ground and the quality of the pitch. I still think maybe he has been overtaken by some grounds in India, but I still think certainly was 3 or 4 years ago the highest average score in T20 cricket in the world here at Taunton, so pretty clear to say it's not a bad place to bat.
Yeah, it's nice. Did you ever hit one in the river?
There have been a few canoe club alerts sent out in previous years, Corns.
Would you go and get the ball back?
Absolutely not. There was a brilliant, when we had Chris Gale here, he popped a couple into the river, and some guy that was on the bridge got in the river, swam, collected the ball, and then had a photograph with him sharing a rum and coke with him in town with the 2 balls that he collected. It was, I think that made the national press at one stage. Yeah. Oh, what a lovely shot that is. Not quite out the middle of the bat. The perfect ball to ramp. Holland going for those little touch shots, which seems to be her favoured to get herself going.
Yeah, it's just a situation where one shot gets you going, doesn't it? One boundary and you'll be flying. It's just about hanging in there up to that point, still kind of valuing your wicket.
I mean, if I was Annika now out there with Neve, I would just be stressing that, you know, she's done the sort of investment in that early part of her innings, getting herself in. Don't give it away now, because then the next batter's got to have a getting in period, which can really stall things. So even though Neve's strike rate probably isn't where she'd want it at the moment, don't do anything rash. Don't give it away. I mean, that there's a classic example of the shots you want to see Neve playing. Great shot, brilliant piece of fielding. That could have easily been a boundary. So important that the senior batter at the other end just keeps her going.
That's 4. Well fielded there.
I'm going to take a break at the end of this over, which is right upon us, because Corns is the perfect person to talk you through that death period with Ed Seaborn.
You just want to get out the heat.
I want to find some air conditioning, Corns, I'm not going to lie.
I'm a bit jealous.
I'm schmelting.
Oh dear.
Apologies for the sweaty earwaves.
It happens. So, 132 for 2 with 4 overs to go. I think Yorkshire have done very well, probably these last 4 overs or so, just to really wrestle it back as it was flying. And Ed Seaborn is back with us. How's the aircon in the other room?
Yeah, so I've decided we've got like a sort of Roman baths type setup up here. Back comes Maddie Ward. Well, it's up in the air and over the top of short fine. Can't be cut off either. Boundary to Neve Holland.
I think that's just what she's needed there. Just that boundary to get her going. She stuck it out well. One of those days where sometimes the ball just doesn't quite find the middle of the bat, but it's about finding a way and doing a job for your team. And a really nice sweep shot there. Hopefully to wrestle a little bit of momentum back to Somerset.
Now, but so this room is definitely the caldarium. The tepidarium is the room that our esteemed director is sitting in, and then the frigidarium is where the written press are. That aircon's fierce in there. It's almost
chilly.
too cold.
Yeah, agreed.
We've just taken all our aircon and put it in that room.
It's like going down the freezer aisle.
Yeah.
Bit much.
I don't know what that says about us, the way that you thought of the freezer rather than I thought of Roman baths.
I'm going to say I'm simple-minded.
So overcomplicate everything.
No, I like the Roman baths. It's good.
That's in Somerset. Well, there are Roman baths in Somerset. That's hit straight by Leroy. Just the single though, so Maddie Ward's pulling this over back after having gone for a boundary first ball.
Been impressed with her bowling as well. Going from the change of being a keeper, very good keeper, to the off spin. I think she's been really tight today, held her line well.
So again, it could be a run out here, and they'll throw to the keeper's end. Leroy probably was closer to being in than Holland was at the non-striker's end, but there was nobody covering the stumps there.
Little bit of chaos.
Yeah, there was quite a lot of chaos there. I'm not sure that really should have been a single. She's got underneath this, but the distance isn't there. Long on and taken. Well held into the sunny sky, and Maddie Ward will finish her 4-over spell with a wicket, and Leroy's innings comes to an end on 35.
Yeah, good innings there again from Annika Leroy. Just trying to put the pressure back on there and try and find those boundaries, and just not quite got hold of it. It's gone pretty high. Good take there, down at long on.
Yeah, they do continue to pull this back a bit, Yorkshire. The run rate over the last 5 overs, just over 7. So it's not desperately slow, but from a position where Somerset have got plenty of wickets in hand, Yorkshire have bowled well to peg them back, and they've still got an over of Jonathan, an over of Langston, who've been the two standouts, 1 for 17 from both their sets of 3. Ward bowled through now, 1 for 27. Out comes Alex Griffiths to join Neve Holland.
Yeah, big 3 overs this. For the Somerset batters to go hard, but I also do think you see it a lot where a platform has been built and batters just want to keep going hard, and then all of a sudden they've lost 10 for 3. Something like that. It quite often happens back end of an innings, so it is about finding a way here. And yeah, taking a couple balls, keeping it ticking over is okay.
Yeah, and I suppose it's the thing. I mean, it's actually happened in all 3 Somerset innings, I suppose, this year, when you've had big partnerships up top. You sort of think, oh, that's what you want. You want to set up the middle, but then the middle order comes in without too many balls to deal with. So
it is so hard coming in late and just having to whack it.
So that's why you want to be an opener in. Beth Langston to bowl out. Holland just not quite beating mid-on.
Yeah, it is such a tricky position, because now we're expecting 30 runs off the last 3. But Neve's faced 16 balls and Griffiths 0.
Yeah.
But so it is a very tricky position.
Right, go out and hit a boundary first ball.
Easy.
Squeeze underneath Winfield Hill. But yeah, I mean, it's, you know, you've still got Katie Jones, Jess Hazel, Chloe Skelton's been striking the ball wonderfully this season. Yeah. But at the same time, you can only have 2 batters out in the middle, so and you don't always know who's going to be hitting the ball best on any given day either. It's going to be a long hit to clear that leg side boundary. Yeah, good call from Neve Holland. On strikers, and only a single there.
And I think here as well, kind of keeping going to those strong shots is really important. When you're trying to search for those boundaries, I think kind of you can fall over to the offside quite easily, and those clean contacts don't really see as much. But actually, a cover drive is just as good.
Held to a single again from, well, I say that. I think some of the backing up work might just have been inadvertently done by Alex Griffiths there.
Very good over so far.
Yeah. She's got that extra height, and the slower balls seem to be biting a bit better maybe from that height, I'm not sure, but she's varied it well. It was making a nice sound off the bat, but continues to just be a set of singles.
Yeah, she's probably one of the few bowlers in the domestic game that can bowl a genuine bouncer repeatedly. I think she offers something a bit different with the ball, which is good to see. We want to see more of that.
It's almost slightly round arm. We're going to take her on this time, and well, they're going to succeed. A bit of a chance back for the second run, but Neve Holland's quick, and the throw had to be perfect, just a little bit offline. So still no boundaries in the over, but 146 for 3 with a couple of overs remaining.
When was the last boundary?
Well, Neve Holland hit that one over short fine, but I think that may be the only boundary since, certainly since Leroyd was out. I think you've got to go back to, you've got to go back to Sophie Luff's wicket. There's been that one boundary, has been the only one since Sophie Luff was out.
What over was that?
And that was at the start of the 13th over.
Yeah, wow. So that is T20 cricket right there.
Yeah.
So very well done by Yorkshire. Fielded well, kept their lines tight.
Good changes as well. Just in the space of a couple of overs. That might be the second one, though. It will be. That shot has worked well for Somerset today across the stumps and sweeping. 150 up.
Absolutely. Good strength of Neve Holland, that. And a good option against the left arm spin as well. That's her second boundary through that region there.
Interesting, Jess Jonathan, she mentioned at the start, she often likes to bowl over the wicket at the death, but she's going to continue round here. Drag down. Should land safe. Question is it going to spin? It does, but it's well fielded.
Well ran as well, coming back for the second. Yeah, I guess Jonathan staying around the wicket there is kind of enticing the Somerset batters to try and access their boundaries through the offside, which is exactly what she wants with that angle coming in.
Yeah.
High risk option.
Oh, that has been nailed through mid-wicket.
Shot. That was the middle of the bat.
Yeah, so all of a sudden 2 boundaries in, 3 balls with a couple in there as well. Strong connection.
Great option, that. And a lot of space out there as well.
Yeah, they still haven't, well, there's not really too much they can do to plug that gap. Goes fine again. This is exactly the sort of finish Somerset would have been after a slightly quiet spell, having lost their captain, but this is a big over against one of the top operators in Jess Jonathan.
Definitely. Great work by Neve Holland, and I think it's good just seeing her go back to the same option as well. I think, you know, if the field's not changed and you know it's a good option, why not do it again? Don't get bored. No need to try and second guess anything, but she's back over the wicket now.
Goes for the same shot, despite the change of angle. But it just makes it a little bit harder, doesn't it, with the angle now sliding across.
Yeah, and then naturally your sweep's going to go a little bit further in front of square, so that kind of brings mid-wicket back into it.
Free hit now almost?
Yeah, surely. Go for it. I want to keep Neve on strike.
Screaming 2, come back, come back, come back, they'll go for it. And oh, well, they didn't go for it. Neve Holland went for it, but Alex Griffiths didn't. I think she'd have made that if she kept going, but there we are. So that will be Holland to the striker's end for the last over, so that part has been done at least, but they've sacrificed a 4th wicket.
Yeah, I think good to see kind of Neve switched onto the situation there, knowing that she needs to be the one on strike for the start of the last over. Maybe a bit of a miscommunication. Guess it's not quite on the same page there.
You could hear the scream of two, come back,
Straight
and then,
off
and then anyway, never mind. It's Chloe Skelton who's come out, so she won't be on strike. And really, the way that Holland was playing in that last over, Somerset won't be too bothered. She doesn't face any deliveries, but I'd imagine she'll get to face one or two.
Yeah. Yeah, Niamh Holland, 31 off 23 now. Just shows, like, after a tricky start, just sticking at it makes so much difference. You know, not giving your wicket away just because you're feeling that pressure. She's built really well and accelerated.
16-year-old Ines Blackwell to bowl the last over. That will be a couple of bonus runs to start off with from Somerset's point of view. Still hasn't turned 17 yet.
That's crazy.
Ines Blackwell. And this is the really scary part. Born May the 30th, 2009. So we're nearly seeing people born in the 2010s.
Wow.
It was scary enough for me when people were born in the 2000s. Pushing hard here. Holland wants to come back and they'll make it. Slight fumble.
That's great work from Holland again there. And I guess that just shows the pressure that you put on the fielders just by shouting to. All of a sudden, fumbles created. I mean, they've got to do a lot more work than you running in a straight line as fast as you can.
That's a good way of thinking about it. I never thought about it like that before. Tried to hit it through the offside. Just getting a hand on it. Good piece of fielding at cover. The bright orange boots of Maddie Ward.
Yeah, pretty wild.
They are. Yeah, where's Stare Callis gone? She's down here at long on. What do you make of those ones?
Wow.
Fluorescent yellow and orange.
Yes. Matches the sunnies.
Oh, I noticed
Wow.
that. Little ramp. And it should bring multiple runs. Back for two more. So no boundaries in this over, but it's not been a bad one so far. 7 off the first 3 balls.
Running twos in this heat must be so much fun.
Yeah, and then you get about they say it's a 10-minute interval. It's a 10-minute interval from the instant the last ball's completed to you being in position to bowl the first ball of the reply. Oh, that is a good shot. There's not much space between those offside fielders, and she's hit a lot of leg side boundaries, Niamh Holland, so a lot of the field is back on the leg side. She's taken that from outside leg stump.
Fair enough. Knows where the space is there. The 5th gap. As I'd like to talk about a lot. And actually, yeah, she's moved across, but kept her head really still and just hit hard through the back of the ball. Proper cricket shots. Gets you runs.
And also, I mean, you mentioned just she's not blistered the ball about in the early part of her innings, but now she's finding some gaps. Might want 2 here as well. It's going to be tough to take on the fielder. And yeah, Chloe Skelton will be run out, but it does mean that Holland's on strike, so they took the wicket that was available to them at the non-striker's end rather than trying to go for Holland at the striker's end.
Yeah, definitely. Again, good awareness of the situation. Still get 1 for it, so not really lost anything there. Yeah, keeps Niamh on strike.
And now it's Katie Jones has come out. Katie Jones is in the position where all she can be is run out for a diamond duck because she knows she's going to have to run as well off this one.
Yeah, she's just got to get her head down and just go for it.
Last ball. Full toss. Outfield's quick, might do the rest here. It's going to be a teaser. Oh, it's just going to... I'll tell you what, the batters are going to lap each other in the middle. Holland's back for 3. Chaotic final ball. And Niamh Holland will finish on 41 not out. And Katie Jones won't be run out for naught from naught. It's great. That's where the scorers are struggling to work out how many have actually been run. Oh, great. So 177 for 5. Where do you think that stacks up?
I would say just slightly above par/par. After a really good start, strong start from Sophie Luff and Bex Hodges. I think Yorkshire brought it back really well in the middle there, kind of stopping those boundaries. So I reckon both teams would be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I think how Somerset bowl up front's probably going to be, if not the decisive factor in this, certainly one of the most, with the likes of Winfield, Hill, Jonathan, Callis, those big names that stand out in the top order for Yorkshire. If he can make early breakthroughs, then I think 177 will start to look quite a lot above.
Yeah, definitely. The run rate can creep up very quickly. Yeah, 1 minute you're looking at 8, the next minute you're looking at 10, and then gets away from you very quickly. So yeah, the power play is crucial here.
Yeah, and likewise, if Winfield, Hill and Jonathan's on one, then pretty much no total on this ground was going to be enough anyway. But it's 177 for 5 that's been set. Sophie Luff with a superb 57 off only 35 balls. I've seldom seen her strike the ball better down the ground, just time after time. Runs for Niamh Holland at the back end. She finished it off superbly with 41 not out. And 30s from Leroyd and Hodges as well. So another good Somerset batting performance. And we're back in just under 10 minutes' time to see if they can defend that 177 as Yorkshire will have their innings shortly.
Welcome, welcome, welcome back to the Cooper Associates County Ground here at Taunton. You've joined us for the Vitality Blast T20 game, Somerset versus Yorkshire. Yorkshire won the toss and put themselves into the field in the heat, which they may regret if they're getting a bit hot now. Somerset set 177 in their innings, so Yorkshire will need 178. Winfield Hill and Thomas to open the bowling.
Yeah, a quick helmet, well, I say helmet change, headgear change from Katie Jones, who I think came out in a cap thinking she might stand back, but it's been decided that they wanted to stand up straight away for Alex Griffiths.
Just to make it as hot as possible on her head, as Peter pointed out earlier.
Might as well get used to it. She's going to be out for the best part of 20 overs. Here we go, Griffiths running in. That's a nice piece of timing straight away. Picking out Jess Hazel at cover. Such an elegant player to watch, Lauren Winfield Hill, but she can, strike rate is up there with the best. Trying to contain her on a quick outfield pitch where the ball's coming on well. It's not going to be easy for Somerset.
Yeah, once she gets going in that loss that Yorkshire had against Surrey up at Headingley, she got 23 off 16 balls, so quick scores recently for Lauren Winfield Hill.
Yeah, she played against Somerset here in the T20 Blast last year because she was on loan for
Essex.
Essex, yeah. Competition. Fielder down there at fine leg. Fine leg and a deep square. Somerset going with, but Yorkshire underway to the third ball. Brings Erin Thomas on strike. Another teenager.
Oh, yeah.
I was mentioning that Innes Blackwell isn't 17 yet.
Yeah, that's the nature of the game being professionalised. They do start very early, even at this senior level.
Nice line from Griffiths, who, as we know, does get that in movement to the right-handers with the new ball, but there hasn't been a lot of movement today for both the spinners or the seamers, so I guess as much as possible changes of pace and just holding that really accurate line and length as much as possible, not presenting any width. It's going to be key. Pleasant drive. This is a good start from Alex Griffiths, who's been doing that in the One Day Cup especially. Yeah.
A couple of threefers, one against Essex, one against Lancashire.
I must admit, I should have done, but I didn't actually look to see how it stacked up in terms of the wicket takers table at the end of the block as a whole.
Yeah.
When I left, she was the leading wicket taker, but
she
might not be anymore. Oh, gone! Well, there's a T20 wicket for her, and it rounds out a tremendous first over, and that is the end of Erin Thomas. Yorkshire 1 for 1 after the first over, and it looked as though that was an inside edge, but the ball was just fading in a little bit from Griffiths, so missed the middle of the bat because of the swing, even though it did go onto the stumps via the edge.
That's it. Well, if the intent is right, it's going to go where it's intended, isn't it? So it's good. Good start for Somerset. We were talking off air, weren't we, about needing a quick early wicket, and they have indeed done that.
Yeah, so now that brings Jess Jonathan out there. So Jonathan and Winfield Hill, a big partnership when you look down this Yorkshire lineup. To be honest, it would be a pretty big partnership in most lineups up and down the country.
Absolutely. Jonathan, that loss against the Blaze away, 52 off 29, 8 fours and a 6. 110 against Warwickshire and the Metro Bank, 108 against Durham, 67 against Blaze, 108 against Lancashire. So she's in some form. Great acquisition for Yorkshire. As that's right arm over. She rocks back to Lauren Winfield Hill. Plays that to deep mid wicket. Comes in. Fields that. They just get the 1. Yorkshire 2 for 1.
So it almost feels as though the international door sort of shutting, but it almost feels as if she's got better since then.
I know, but sometimes when players are not selected, that it's almost like, well, you know, let me prove you wrong, isn't it?
Or even just freeze them up and they go, right, I don't have to prove myself anymore constantly.
What an international team where you can leave Jess Jonathan out. As Jess Jonathan goes back and plays that beautifully through the point cordon. It's going towards the rope. She gets another 4 to add to her tally. 4 runs to Jess Jonathan.
She's not catching anything here. It's quick enough as it is, and factoring in everything that you have to factor, which is square running most of the length of the playing surface.
Right arm around. Jess Jonathan playing that towards cover, but it's beautifully cut off there. Is that Alice Griffiths? Annika Leroyd? Alice Griffiths.
Yeah,
I was right the first time. I was right the first time.
No way you doubted yourself.
Beautifully cut off anyway. Right on the 25-yard circle there.
Hard, smooth outfield. It flies it.
Skelton to continue. Right arm round. Jonathan plays that straight through Sophie Luff. Griffiths will have to come round, but we'll cut it off about 20 yards in from the boundary. Just the 1 then. Another 1 to the total. Yorkshire chipping away here. 7 for 1. They're chasing. They need 171. Somerset set them 170. No, set them 177. They still need 171. That's what I meant. Skelton over. Reverse sweep. That's going to go for 4 runs. 4 runs to Lauren Winfield Hill there. Looked like easy pickings there off that. I'm sure it wasn't, but the experience of Lauren Winfield Hill made it look like it was as she reverses that one backwards of point.
She's got this very individual way of reverse sweeping as Lauren Winfield. There's sort of exaggerated preparation. The sort of backswing goes a long way out there. You can see it. I suppose you can sort of see it coming, but obviously the bowler can't quite.
That's played to mid wicket. They've left her a gap there open. She's just getting the 1 off that. Yorkshire to 12 for 1.
But it's such a strong option for her. I mean, you know she's probably one of the prettiest drivers of a ball certainly in the English game.
Yeah.
Has been for a while. But there is that
in full flow.
I suppose, it's that change-up option, if you like, even though it's not a change-up option. I mean, it's pretty much the first thing that she's gone to against the spin.
Somerset will need to break this partnership, as you mentioned earlier. This could be dangerous if these two get in.
Yeah, so Griffiths to have a second over up front. Strong bottom hand from Lauren Winfield Hill that time. She's making a gesture as if she's saying, look, you fielders, just move out of the way.
It did look like she was setting the field. I'm thinking, hang on a minute, she's batting.
Stop
she's
fielding the ball.
To Jess Jonathan, isn't she, about where the ball's moving. But it did look funny. It did look like she was about to say, no, you don't need to be field there. I can't hit that shot.
Just move out of my way. Strike towards cover. Oh, that's well shinned by Annika Leroyd.
Yes.
I don't think that was hand that stopped that one, but importantly it did, because that would have been at least 2 if it had got by, I think.
Yes. Well, you've got to get your body in the way somewhere. Because we've got the left and right-handed combination here with Jess Jonathan being left-handed, so umpire's just jogging across with the side of square leg.
It's very attentive to his craft there. I mean, on a hot day, you'd have thought he might just stay there, especially when you've been forced to wear black trousers.
And a black hat.
Round the wicket for Griffiths to the left-hander. Oh, over extra. She doesn't bother running for that one, and he wouldn't.
Beautifully played up and over. And that's the point, isn't it, of the power play? The idea is that it's supposed to give the advantage to the batting side if you can hit up and over the 25-yard circle in the women's game, 30-yard circle in the men's game. If you can hit up and over because there's only 2 fielders allowed outside of that 25-yard circle in the women's game as well. So lots of gaps.
Seemed effortless, that one. Lifted over the infield. That's a good response from Griffiths and another excellent stop. It's important that Somerset do whatever they can to keep the pressure on these two, even if they are finding boundaries. Just already there's been a couple of runs saved in the field. I was chatting off air with Emma Corney about the fielding app that they use to track each ball.
Fascinating.
Chopped out through the covers. This might test the outfield. Even this one almost going, but Leroyd does beautifully well and was backed up. Saves 1 run.
Gymtastic that was, wasn't it? That dive.
See, that's got to be a +1 as well. And keeping that
spare hand.
It's that right foot as well. As it plants there just inside. Yeah.
Takes some doing to do that in the air. That full pelt.
Boundary check complete.
Ed completes the boundary check.
Thumps into pad. So still a decent over for Yorkshire. It's basically around about what they need. In fact, just slightly over. So 22 for 1 after 3. First over very much went Somerset's way, but these two have started at basically the required rate since then for their partnership.
Yeah, Yorkshire won the toss and elected to field first, and they chopped and changed with the bowlers early on, didn't they? Because I think whether they were testing out which end they wanted, or whether they were just trying to make sure that the batters couldn't settle. It didn't quite work because Sophie Luff was in the mood in the first half.
It's Liv Barnes coming into the
attack,
so some more spin in the
left arm
play
around the wicket. Sometime at Kent. Left arm around to left-handed Jonathan, who takes a liking to that, and that's going to be 6. It is indeed, and it hits the advertising hoardings at square leg. 6 more to Yorkshire's total. 28 for 1. Jonathan liked that one, didn't she?
Yeah, it's one of Jonathan's best shots. And earlier on, we've seen a lot of stepping across stumps and sweeping, and Jess Jonathan will do it with the best of anybody in the world. A number of 4s and 6s that she hits over square leg, especially because you have to kind of respect how strong she can hit it down the ground still, but then she knows that very often there'll be that gap at square leg and you can open it up. And whilst they're now searching for the ball, the players having to go into the Somerset stand to try and search for it. This fielding app sounded like one of those things where it was slightly subjective as to what exactly was a +1 and what was just expected. So I don't know, we've already had a couple where I'd be very curious to know how that has been logged.
Yeah, but it's an easy one.
Like that Leroyd stop on the boundary,
that was a +1. That was a really hard one.
It was the Griffith stop in the circle.
That was good. I like that as well.
Or was it expected?
I don't know. As Jonathan rocks back, sends that to mid-wicket, and that's a tumbling stop on the rope out there. And just get a 1 off that one. That was a nice shot. Unfortunately for Yorkshire, might have expected more there. It was well stopped on the boundary.
But for Niamh Holland,
29 for 1.
That piece of fielding is actually quite
routine. Well, it's expected. Yeah, there are fielders in the game. Let's make it wider across the game who are not. Their expectations may be different levels as that hits bat and pad in front of the stumps. But bat first, and there is no run.
Yeah, they've been put under pressure early by this partnership, as you'd expect. Really, Yorkshire don't have too much choice but to attack the power play anyway. They can't be thinking, we can't lose 2 or 3 wickets here and put ourselves in a tight spot. These two have just got to play with that freedom of being aggressive and knowing that they've got to be.
Change of field, forward and backward point here. And it's to the leg side, it's a catch! It's a catch at fine leg. I think that was maybe a trap there. They distracted them with a bit of smoke and mirrors there by moving Sophie Loft moving herself to point, and then the player just does a reverse and straight down.
I think it's Bex Hodges, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a good catch at fine leg. She peels it back over her head, so that's a second wicket for Yorkshire. So Lauren Winfield Hill has to go back to the dugout, and we will see Steer Callis, the Dutch international, who I bet, I can't bet on cricket, but I would imagine that she's going to be getting in a very fast car or a jet or something, because the Netherlands are playing in Scotland in that tri-series, and I would predict that she's going to be in that game as well, because the amount of games she got in last season, she was playing for Warwickshire, Yorkshire, Birmingham Phoenix and the Netherlands. So I wouldn't be surprised if she's off up to Scotland playing that much tomorrow.
Yeah, I wonder if we fly from Newquay or somewhere like that, or maybe Bristol even. It'd probably
She's
be
got-
just as close.
She's got Tracy
Closer.
Chapman's fast car perhaps to take her up there. Maybe.
Bank holiday traffic's calmed down a bit now.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, I'm hoping that I'm heading back up the M5, but not as far as not as far as Scotland, only as far as Birmingham.
She's taken some catches at short fine already as Bex Hodges.
Oh, yeah.
She's keeping her busy there. There's definitely
Hodge.
a bonus wicket and a huge one of Winfield Hill.
Barnes continue. Rocks back. There's a big appeal. Ooh. Katie Jones can't believe that it's not an LBW. She puts her hands on her head. That was welcome to the crease, I think, for Steer Callis. Got a bit tangled up, that first ball from with Barnes there.
She got squared right up. Struck her in front of leg.
Ooh. Fifth umpire's swaying on that decision. Is that sent straight to cover point? Zipped back to the wicketkeeper, and there is no run.
Put it this way, I can see why Somerset wanted it. I can also see why it was
wasn't
turned
given.
down.
Oh, well, that's all right then. This is good. I'm in trouble if I make any comments about the umpire.
It just did straighten a bit, whether it...
We don't have the benefit of Hawkeye, etc., and
I
ball
don't
tracking, etc.
don't think it would have been
Just a replay.
better than umpire's call, but she's gone right far back onto her stumps, and especially when you strike a batter on the pad first ball, you always feel as though you're more likely to get
That's
that,
right. And
that
also,
trigger.
the wicketkeeper loves to make a lot of noise with the first ball just to scare the batter, don't they? It's 4 overs gone. Yorkshire 29 for 2. Callis on yet to get off the mark. Johnson on 17.
Right, it's the Croatian sensation herself.
Oh yeah,
Arun
that's because you
Vukusic.
don't want to pronounce her surname.
Just said it.
Oh, you did.
And a wicket first ball.
Some bowling change.
And that's Jonathan as well. So in quick succession, Somerset have bagged a couple of key wickets in Winfield Hill, and now Jess Jonathan, Vukusic round the wicket, angling it in a bottom edge onto the stumps. It's not a dismissal that Jonathan will want to relive, and Yorkshire up 29 for 3 all of a sudden.
We said about 2 wickets, and we were sort of posturing that it might, if we were to choose on Somerset's behalf, we would say Winfield Hill and Jonathan. And, we've got that wish early doors here for Somerset. So Somerset need to keep the pressure on, because 2 early wickets does not a victory make, as they say.
Do they? I don't know. Do they say it that
Swift,
way round?
Was it one swift does not a summer make or something?
One swallow doesn't
one
make a summer.
See?
Yeah.
So you knew better than I did. Another left-hander. This must be Amy Campbell, formerly of Central Sparks. I saw her bat quite a lot up at Edgbaston in the regional days. Used to be the engine room of Central Sparks with Abby Freeborn, who's also batting well for Warwickshire this season.
Yeah, she certainly had a fair share of teams, hasn't she?
Yes, Amy Campbell.
Campbell.
Yeah, great batter though when she's in full flight.
She does like a strong pull shot. Gets herself underway straight away. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to look this up, because I had a feeling she played for that sort of Northeast Warriors. I was just trying to remember the name of that team.
I want to say Northumberland or Durham.
Newcastle. She
Newcastle.
was born in anyway.
In the northeast, didn't she? Because
Yeah, Northumberland was her original county.
One might have assumed that she would be tempted to go and play for Durham, but no. Yorkshire snared her.
That's past the edge.
That must have been close there, Ed.
Yeah, Callis has is having a bit of a welcome to the crease, as you mentioned.
She can be a bit like that. Having seen her bat for Warwickshire last season, it looks a bit scatty, but somewhere in there, Stair Callis is figuring it all out and can come up with a big score. So Somerset will want to trap her.
Another one past the edge. Great over. This is from Vukusic. I was just bringing up Campbell's list of teams. So we've got Northumberland, Yorkshire, Durham, North East Warriors, Northern Diamonds, Northern Superchargers, Central Sparks, Manchester Originals. So basically, if you've got North in your team, or if your team is based in the North, Amy Campbell's played for you. Oh, that's a lovely shot. It's nutmegged Vukusic, and he'll go for 4.
That is a really nice shot there.
She didn't have time to react there. Just on the low full toss, and then it's almost like she tried to stick the left boot out. That was hit with some serious venom by Callis. Gets her off the mark.
There's another one.
Yeah. And oh, that has been stopped, and that is a great piece of fielding, because off the bat I thought that was heading for the boundary as well.
Yeah, repetition really, wasn't it? Should have well there to stop that.
Barnes who stopped it. Continue.
5 overs down, 1 more over the power play. Yorkshire 35 for 3, Callis on 5, Campbell on 1.
So really, Somerset couldn't have asked for much better, certainly not after the first couple of overs of that Jonathan-Winfield-Hill partnership. To get rid of both of them on the same score is a huge turn of events for this match.
Yeah, Skelton to take up the ball from the pavilion end. We're behind her arm. She runs away from us, 20 on a jumper. Shirt. That's played beautifully through the covers. That's another nice cover drive for you. 4 runs to Stair Callis off the bowling of Skelton.
Her trademark, I would probably say. She does drive it through the covers, particularly in the air, as well as anybody. Just a little shimmy, almost like a jump actually. Little jump outside leg stump to give herself the space.
Yeah. Rocks back, plays that to square leg. There's a fielder right on there, right on the 25-yard circle. That's stopped. No run there. Thanks very much, says Somerset.
Sophie Luff enjoyed that one, sprinting all the way over to Jess Hazel to congratulate her.
Yes, they might be regretting a black kit for fielding. Somerset pink, the batting innings, of course. That's a little hand on that one. Stops that going away to the boundary. Only 1 there. Callis is frustrated with herself for not finding that little gap as she shadow bats where she should have perhaps felt she should have put that ball.
I think Somerset are at the moment showing a difference in the field. Those balls that just snuck by Yorkshire a few times. Of course, you know your own
dive.
You know your angles, you know your own home ground, but certainly a difference so far.
Skelton around to Amy Campbell, uses her feet and plays that straight back past the bowler. There is a fielder in front of us who's going to cut that off. A nice stroke down there from Amy Campbell. Just the 1 to the totals. Yorkshire head towards a possible first milestone. 41 for 3. Callis on 10, Campbell on 2. There's a rearrangement of the field again as Sophie Luff comes into the posh side, the offside. There's a big gap mid-wicket. They're obviously trying to tempt Stair Callis. Katie Jones is trying to change the field as Stair Callis is taking a guard there. Skelton in again. Plays that into that gap they've left her, but they're only going to get 1 because Neve Holland's coming off the rope in front of us. Throws that back. Just the 1. 42 for 3 in Yorkshire.
Back end of the innings, that probably has to be a risk taken to come back for 2, but not when you've already lost 3 in the power play, and the required rate is already pushing double figures. Mid-9s.
Yeah, 1 more ball of this power play then as Skelton comes around the wicket to Amy Campbell, who moves her feet again, only nurdles that to corner. And we're going to get 2 there because there's a sort of slightly slow ball in. There's an appeal at the non-striker's end. The umpire's unmoved, and that's just a quick 2 at the end there. So Yorkshire are 44 for 3. Callis on 11, Campbell on 4. Is that you leaving us, Ed Seaborn?
It might be.
Yeah, it might be. He's not sure. No.
It was after the power play. All right, I'll do one more.
Yorkshire 44 for 3 at the end of the power play. Callis on 11, Campbell on 4. Yorkshire won the toss and elected to field.
Let's have a look at this.
In the first half.
It's quite
How
close.
close is it? The boys on the cameras obviously think it was close.
Just in, I think.
Are you giving it just in?
Ooh.
Fifth umpire, to my right. It's close.
Right.
It was a close one.
Almost between
They don't
frames,
have
isn't
the-
it?
Yeah, we have the benefit of slow motion as viewers at home, and the umpires do not have that. They have a split second. Did you look up flash lag? I told you about flash lag last time.
Yes,
didn't
I
Yeah,
remember.
so we'll talk about that in a minute.
I remember that.
It's where the eyes are fooled and they see something different to actually what's happening in front of them.
Because then I
Look it up
mentioned
if you like, flash lag.
chronostasis as well, which is another
sounds like
thing a bit like that. So
that's where Ishmael's been. They brought her back from South Africa and
I think Erin Bakusic is from Cronus. No, it's Neve Holland who's on and bowling, and she's had a great start to this
what was it? Chronostasis.
last.
I reckon that's where
season.
Shobnam Ishmael and Danny van Niekerk have been, and they're thawing them out ready for the World Cup for
Right.
South Africa.
So when you look at a digital clock,
Oh yeah.
and you first look at it, and it's as though that second lasted longer than the other
same sort of thing,
seconds
though,
that
isn't
followed.
it? Flash lag, yeah. Ooh, banged in, isn't it?
Yeah, she does hit the pitch, does Neve Holland. But it's sort of a more wide word for things like, so when you first start a new job or something like that, time just seems to go a little bit slower just because your brain's being loaded with
When you're waiting for the bus,
sudden
that kind
new
of thing.
information.
Yeah.
So when
When you're waiting for the bus, is that chronostasis?
not sure about that. I think that's just general nerves.
Oh, okay.
But that sort of thing, like your brain sort of prioritises the first time that it has an experience.
Yeah.
Campbell's given her the charge, but there's a fielder out in the deep trying to get there. Oh, it's just in front of Barnes, but it's a great effort to get there.
She had to cover some ground there, didn't she? And it would have been difficult to scoop off the turf. It was in the air for a while, but the boundaries are really pretty big here at Taunton today, so just misses out on that catch.
She tracked to the ball well. 4 for 21 and 2 for 23. Neve Holland's 2 spells in the blast so far. That should be a couple at least. Now the fielders are going to have to make up their minds who's going to field that, and that you could see that coming.
No, is this
They're
sliding
okay,
doors moment
but
straight to the middle. They're getting up, so but they got in each other's way. It's safe to say that.
yeah, you could just see that they were both fully committed to it, and then
Just that corner. Yeah.
goodness, they didn't have knee-on-knee contact or something there. The 50 is up for Yorkshire.
That's 50 up. Yeah, 50 for 3.
Callis beginning to get into her innings, 16 off 13. Oh, it's beautifully played. Pass backward point. Nobody's catching that one. That's well timed and well placed. Back-to-back fours for Stair Callis.
Yeah, so my observation of watching Stair Callis play for Yorkshire last season is that you don't be fooled by the sort of early, what looks like jitters. I think she's just kind of calibrating.
Yeah.
So Somerset will need to stop this partnership pretty quickly.
Well, we saw that from Neve Holland as well. 41
Yeah.
not out from 27, but pretty much all those boundaries coming in the last 10 balls of her innings. Thudded off to mid-wicket. Good work on the boundary to keep that to a single. So 7 bowled, 56 for 3, and this time I'm
definitely
off.
going now, yeah.
I'm definitely off.
That's Ed Seaborn, Christopher Martin Jenkins award-winning broadcaster, and to be joined by the Somerset legend Peter Trigo. Because we've got the Women's World Cup coming up on the 13th, Friday the 13th, and Stair Callis will be looking forward to Netherlands' first game against Bangladesh at Edgbaston on Sunday the 14th of June. The World Cup starting on the 12th, beg your pardon. Friday the 12th, Sunday the 14th of June, Netherlands will play Bangladesh at Edgbaston, and I would pretty much, she's in the squad, so she's going to be in that game. Looking forward to that. Lots of home interest. We've got Scotland, Ireland and the Netherlands, so we should get some good crowds, and we're looking, anyone wants to come and see England play India next Tuesday down at Taunton, get your tickets, 1 or 2 tickets still left, so come down and watch some international cricket down here next Tuesday. Right arm over, bit of spin, big wind up, it's going into a gap, I think. Is it going to get cut off? Yes it is. The fielder in front of us manages to get a hand onto that. Leave Holland, does some good work on the boundary there, stopping that one. 55 for 3. What do you make of this then, Peter?
Probably the one bone of contention of Somerset's season. They seem to have a strong hold of the game, and whether it be personnel, bowling changes, they seem to just allow the opposition just to keep their head above water and give them a little bit of momentum back. It's happened a number of times, and I think maybe there's a case where I think there's probably a plan of who bowls what overs, which is absolutely fine in a game that's going to go sort of nip and tuck. But I think there is a case when you get yourself really on top of a game that you burn an extra over of the bowlers that are on what I would call a heater. Just give them one more, because the run rate is creeping up, but another tidy over, another wicket falls, and all of a sudden you're miles ahead of the game, and then you can bring the other bowlers on. Just seems to be a little bit of a habit that change bowlers come on and just give a little bit back towards the bowler. It's certainly a good situation, but I think Somerset in the field at times can be a little bit more ruthless. I think a couple of great bits of fielding have helped. But last thing you want now is a little flurry of boundaries, and just to keep them in check at 3 down with, certainly, Callis in particular looks a real clean striker of the ball. You've got to keep her at the boundary count for as long as possible.
It's a really good point, isn't it, about captaincy? You'll have a set plan, but sometimes there's and that will be based on statistics and things, but sometimes there's that instinct of, hang on, do you know what? That was the plan, but here, at this point, we need to do something slightly different. So
yeah, I just think
it's a balance, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Griff in particular, who's got that sort of point of difference, the way that she bowls. She's got a quick arm, bowls slightly off the wrong foot, gets sort of shape in towards the right-hander, which is something that you don't practice a huge amount of. And sometimes if you just get a sense of, one more over going for 2 or 3, or one more wicket can really help actually advantage the spinners coming on, just holding them back just a little bit longer.
Talking to spinners, we've got Lola Harris from the pavilion end, right arm around the wicket. Callis rocks back. It's going to go in the air, but not quite in the direction of the fine leg fielder, who finds herself on the wrong side of a bit of spin there. They get through for a single. Slightly bamboozled by that ball. That's another over gone. So 8 overs gone. Yorkshire are 60 for 3. Callis on 25 and Campbell on 6.
Yeah, Somerset are in a great position, and it is the old adage of easy game from up here, absolutely. But, for me, 3 down for cheap. That's probably the time where you keep burn one of the Premier bowlers' overs that little bit earlier, because you have that potential. Add a wicket or 2 onto that, or a couple of cheap overs. You've really put the opposition under the cosh. It's just happened a couple of times that I've noticed in the game so far. More so in the Metro Bank, in fairness, which is a slightly longer game.
50 over.
I think it's probably more of a sin in 50 overs, because you have the opportunity as a batting team to have time to rebuild a little bit. I think that's where Somerset have slightly underperformed, but there is definitely a plan, and Somerset are playing good aggressive cricket, which is good stuff. I thought Yorkshire fought back very well. It was looking like a Jenkins algorithm 188 plus. So I think it's been a really good game of cricket so far.
Big wind up from Callis, but can only send that straight to the fielder at mid-off. There is no run. Callis shaped as though she should have ramped that up over fine leg, which probably was not a bad idea. There's a gap there.
I mean, this is the situation here, I think, that Luffy really kicked on when the spinner was on. It looks like Callis preference is straight to mid-wicket, which, if you've ever watched me play, I'm very much a champion of that. But
Yeah.
when Luffy came on, she was hitting that pocket of extra cover, and that really hurt Yorkshire. I thought, if Callis can start executing that shot there, Somerset also have that headache as well. But it looks like they've done their homework on Callis and realised that she preferences that leg side. Nice cut
Likes to
shot there.
rock back, doesn't she, and play onto the offside if she can. They're going to take a second run there. In the end, without risk. The ball in from the boundary was a little bit loose to the wicket keeper. Yorkshire move on to 62 for 3. Barnes to continue to Callis. Oh, that sort of nurdled back past the figure of Amy Campbell, and then get a single. That's the sort of shot to long on. Field will have to rearrange the left-handed batter, Amy Campbell.
Yeah, I think one of the sins in this situation here is bowling short. Like Olivia Barnes and Lola occasionally just drag down into the pitch, and that opens up the whole ground. For the majority of the time so far, this is crying out for sort of a middle and leg stump line nice and full, and bowling to your field. And that's obviously a bit of an old saying as well. And she's done that. She's making her hit down the ground, a chance, and out. Good bowling and a very important wicket for Somerset.
It was, and actually it was tough because I think the sun was in her eyes, and it was a big arcing drive up in the air by Amy Campbell, who will depart on 6 off the 6 balls that she's faced. That partnership was starting to build. I was starting to get a bit slightly worried there. So
it's always the best way to slow the run rate down, take a wicket, and that's what Somerset have done. But yeah, as I was mentioning, you've got I think the sort of classic sense of make batters hit great shots to score boundaries, and generally, if you bowl a slightly back of a length full delivery, keeping the stumps in play, and the batter clears the rope straight down the ground or pierces the field straight down the ground, you tip your cap and say great shot. What you don't want to do is give freebies away, and Somerset have actually been a lot better at that today. There was I think first ball of Olivia Barnes over the drag down that went for 6. That's what Somerset need to avoid in this situation.
Maddie Ward to the crease, right-handed England under 19, those bright red shoes of hers, to face the last ball of Liv Barnes over.
But fair play to her, she's now last ball of her second over, and after going for 6 very early on, 2 for 10, so she bowled excellently well as a comeback. Always quite an intimidating thing to get belted for 6 off your first ball. It takes a lot of character to come back and return these sort of figures.
Ward gets that backward of squares. A fielder there's going to cut that off. Just get a single. That's the end of the over. 9 overs gone. Yorkshire 63 for 4. Callis on 28, and Ward just off the mark with that last shot for 1.
Yeah, good little period there, and a crucial wicket, as you mentioned. That partnership was starting to bubble a little bit.
Yeah.
I think the norm is that Callis will probably have to go within a shell a little bit to re-establish a partnership. Last thing Yorkshire can afford here is a cluster of wickets, 2 or 3 in quick succession. So really good, because you'd expect Callis to go down the gears a little bit for a period. So a good opportunity here for Somerset and Erin Vukusic to bowl a couple of tidy overs. The
good.
golden arm, Erin
Golden arm,
Vukusic. She's
took a 3 for in that win against Warwickshire up at Edgbaston, 3 for 32. Running in from the 25-yard circle. Discs.
Yeah, early on in her in her career, she's shown real good character, Erin. The ability to bowl at the death, which is arguably one of the hardest times of the game. Slower balls, gets her Yorkers in quite well, which is really important. So she's got a nice variety in her armoury, which is good to see.
She was lent to Gloucestershire, I want to say. Is it Gloucestershire she's been playing a bit at? She comes in again. At pace, right arm over. Ward reaches that one, goes straight to point. Good bit of fielding there. Keeps it inside the circle, that's the important bit. And no run, even more important, as Katie Jones does a bit of juggling with the ball.
Yeah, that was a bonus dot ball there.
Yeah, it's a good stop.
Short, wide was a potential boundary ball, but Niamh Holland does very well there at backward point.
Kusic, and again, it's worked into the leg side across the matting. Katie Jones does the fielding. Wicket-keeper out of a box there. One more to the total. Yorkshire 65 for 4.
Yeah.
Somerset happy with the wickets down.
Well, it's a long way out to be chasing nearly 11 and over, so Somerset have had they've mitigated that little burst of Callis boundaries really well the last couple of overs.
Yeah. Well, that's underneath the field. Are they going to get a single there? Burst through the hands. Skelton. Deep cover there. Another one to the total. 66 for 4. Good crowd in here. In the sunshine, enjoying themselves. If you're looking to watch some international cricket, get yourself here next Tuesday for England versus India. It's the third of 3 T20s. That should be a really good game as that's worked to square leg. Fielder comes off the rope. They get a single. 67 for 4. Will you be here on Tuesday, Peter? The international?
Tuesday. I'm not sure. I'm quite a busy in the summers. Yeah, I've got a business outside of my commentary, which takes up quite a lot of my time.
And rocks back, plays that 3-point. It's going to be 4 runs to Staircase. A lovely shot there through point. 4 more to Staircase. He moves to 33. Yorkshire on 71 for 4. Too busy Tuesday? I'll be here.
That
should be a good game.
That's the sort of delivery that Somerset need to avoid. It's those short balls where you can't really control where the batters hit. That could have gone leg side or offside, being a sort of a ball that the batter can rock onto the back foot. That's the cardinal sin here at Taunton. You must encourage the batter to hit straight where you've generally got your protection. Skelton into the bowling lineup now.
Yeah. Chat with Captain Fantastic Sophie Love about where she wants her field. Chloe Skelton announces the PA announcer. Sending cover point out to the rope, I think.
Yeah, the ground announcer today, Spencer Bishop, showing all his
yeah.
multi-talented skills.
Spencer Bear is out there on the mic. Ward to face. Hushed silence descends. Right arm over. And that's swept backwards off square through fine leg. That's going to be 4 runs. 4 more runs to Maddie Ward. 4 more to the total. Yorkshire 75 for 4.
Yeah, generally in the women's game, Skelts does bowl at the upper end of pace. So generally when she does get hit for boundaries, they are quite square. I'd like to see those 45 and point fielders a little bit finer.
Yeah. Skelton comes in again. Yeah, rocks back, plays that through cover. There's a fielder on the rope coming off. They're getting through for an easy 2 there. 2 more to the total. Yorkshire 77 for 4. Ward's red shoes catching the sunshine here at Taunton. We've gone from chunky jumpers and big coats to where's my sunblock? That's swept again, same sort of area, backward of square. There is a fielder who's going to come off the rope and stop that. Just the one. They think about a second, but decide better of it.
Yeah, it's always a bit of a shock when you get a heat wave in the UK because everything from buildings to clothes are designed to keep you warm, and then all of a sudden you hit 30 degrees and everyone's trying to get to the nearest.
Well, it's such a big jump, isn't it? We've been from sort of teen Celsius to straight to late 20s. Ola comes in again. Big wind up from Staircase. Goes past the field. I think they're going to get 4 runs. They are. 4 more runs to Staircase. 37 she's on. Yorkshire on 82 for 4. It's that big wind up that Staircase has when her eyes are lighting up.
Yeah, well, Semi predicting mine. I suppose Ward is on 10 now, so I think that getting in period has gone. But yeah, she certainly gives it a good old swing.
She does. She's looking around the field, and this could go anywhere because she does like to go funky, especially when she's in. Skelton comes in again, belts that to mid-off, but so well there is no run. They are cramping her for that because she's had to play a lot of shots just to mid-off without runs. But she's eyeing up that leg side. What's she going to do about that? Oh, again to mid-off, but underneath mid-off. Let's get a little bit of finger to it. That's 4 runs. 4 more runs to Stair Callis. 4 more runs as she moves to 41. Yorkshire to 86 for 4. Callis heading towards a potential milestone.
It's probably a tiny little oversight there. I think you need your most mobile fielder at mid-off if you're bowling off-spin here at Taunton.
She's
really
practiced her as well, hasn't she? So
really ought to have been stopped that, in my opinion.
Okay. Were you listening to what Ed was saying about the fielding? You were to say whether it was they've got some app that says how hard the fielding was and then gives them sort of scores on whether they got to the ball or not. Sort of expectations of whether you'd think it would be a wicket or not.
Yeah, I think it's good for a number of reasons, really. The coaches can analyse, and you probably see over a span of time the players that need to put some work in. And I think it's really good to not just go to a player when you're in a team environment and saying you're not fielding well, you need to do more work. You can actually back it up. Yeah, you can back it up with some numbers, because most cricketers love the stats, love the numbers, and actually there's a little bit of pride comes into it. Right, I'm low on the pluses and minuses. I need to do a little bit of work. So I think it's a good thing. Also, you can use it as a bit of banter on the field as well. Someone does a great stop, you can also embellish it with -2, great stop. That can be quite a good vibe as well.
Well, it's a dialogue, isn't it? As Griffiths comes right arm over, floats one, full toss. It's played to mid wicket. It's cut off. They got 2 off that one. They left them a gap there, obviously to tempt them to try and play into.
Does also lend on the eye of the judge as well.
Well, that's right. That's what Ed was saying. There's a bit of subjectivity about whether is that an expected is there an expected stop. So yeah, there's a little bit of that as well. So
well, in an ideal world, you'd like to try and be as
objective as you can.
Yeah, exactly right.
Ramped past the fine leg fielder. They're going to get 4 for that. Yeah, that's a good bit of innovation there from Maddie Ward, who gets 4 runs for that one. Down the ground, Yorkshire head towards 100, 92 for 4.
Yeah, that's a great shot and a really strong period of play here from Yorkshire. They've got themselves right back in the game with this little partnership here. Maddie Ward's been outstanding, 16 off just 11 balls. Well, Callis has been finding the boundary with relative ease as well. So all of a sudden that run rate's not as intimidating as it was a dozen balls ago. Griff back in.
Plays that forwards through the cover region. Fielder comes in and takes that one. Another one to the total. 93 for 4. Callis on 41. The field goes back to its allotted positions. Griffiths just doing a little swap round. Fine leg going in. Finer. I'll probably listen to you then, Peter. Making it a bit finer.
Yeah, especially if there's the occasional ramp out there. I mean, really, as a bowler, it feels unfair when players play the ramp. Another short wide delivery and put away by Callis. She moves on to 45. What a little gem of an innings, and timely too. Game very much back on here at Taunton.
Dutch international. Speculating about whether she'll be in that game against Scotland tomorrow up at the Grange at Edinburgh. They're advertising ticket sales there. She will be in the World Cup playing for the Netherlands. I'm sure the Orange Army will be out supporting the Netherlands team across from Europe.
Well, lucky the start time of this game was changed, because that's quite a schlep up to Scotland from here.
That's peeled off by Stair Callis for another 4 runs, and she's going to get to 49.
I mean, that's 2 nice shots, but it's poor bowling. The field is set for bowling that cannot be outside of off stump. It has to be into the stumps, hit into the long boundary. I think that was the plan. And Grish bowled 2 very wide outside off stump balls there and disappears for a couple of boundaries. So a bit of damage taken here the last couple of overs. Yorkshire side to motor.
Using the pace of the ball there, wasn't it? It just sort of almost deflected there for forward. What feels like down the hill? Is it down the hill that way? Because we're looking at it from a height. Is it a little bit?
I don't think you can call it a hill. There is it's a couple of feet across the span of the ground. I think it's not much, but it's enough. And I think they'd moved the offside fielder into the ring, and they put the extra fielder out on the leg side. So you have to bowl at the stumps. And if the batter steps away to leg, opens the stumps, then that's a great shot. But you cannot be outside off stump in that situation with that field. Just good plan, poor execution. Big over needed, a tidy over from Somerset's needed.
Into the leg side. Through mid wicket. Just a single for Ward there. Gets Callis back on strike again. He's on 49. Can Somerset stop her getting to that 50 milestones?
Yeah, well, I just saw on the graphic there, I think this partnership's up at a 200 strike rate at the moment, so Ward and Callis both playing well.
Skelton in again. Callis gets a bit caught up there. There's a thump in front of the pads. It's a dot ball.
Yeah, that's definitely a milestone piece of batting there. Just trying to get the 1, get the 50.
In fact, she could have got anything on that, really, probably.
Yeah, I think that if that was her 45th run, she'd have got that away or played that shot there.
Sweeping underneath the sort of fine leg cordon there. They've got 2 of them there, but she gets those 2, and that is well through her 50. So well batted, Stair Callis, who moves to 51 off 32 balls, 9 fours. Good innings there, a key innings really, having lost the wickets of Lauren Winfield Hill and Jess Jonathan so early. They really needed Callis to come in and do this sort of building again. 51 to Callis, 18 to Ward. Skelton to continue. Callis rocks back, sends that straight to Sophie Luff at point, and there is no run.
Yeah, just a few signs that Somerset are feeling the pressure. Misfield to bring that 2. It's very much game on. It's going to be a good finish here at the Cooper Associates County Ground.
It is. It's going to be a hot finish as well. That's stepped across and that's straight to the field and that's out. It's a caught. That was obviously that was a trap, judging by the reactions of Katie Jones, the wicketkeeper, Sophie Luff, and the bowler Skelton. So Callis gets caught at backward square. After a key innings there, Peter.
Yeah, Jess Hazel making amends for that slight fumble there, completing that catch, and that is a huge wicket. Callis out for 51, striking at 145, so a great knock. But now the momentum just swings Somerset's way. 74 needed now off 43 bowls. So very much still game on here. Important Somerset just add a little bit of ruthlessness to their fielding. They've got to be perfect, I think, to get over the line here.
Yeah, and as you mentioned about being a bit more ruthless, indeed. Beth Langston, former England international, comes to the crease. Bowled well first innings. Yorkshire 104 for 5. Langston will be about to take guard. Umpire Ant Harris. Skelton to deliver her last ball of the 13th over. Langston clips that into the leg side. There is a fielder there, so we're just going to get the 1 off the mark. Bit of a steady, and she's also going to pinch the strike there. So 13 overs gone. Yorkshire 105 for 5. Langston on 1. Ward on 18.
Yeah, good set that from Liv Barnes. 3 overs, 3 for 15. Doing a great job.
And,
especially
I think Claire Jenkins, I am former West, would be now Somerset player. I'm going to leave you to Peter Trigo and also Ed Seaborn.
Thanks, Claire. Lola Harris, Somerset leg spinner coming into the attack. Somerset still in need of some runless overs. Well, not runless, but certainly sub 6-8 runs and over, just to get that run rate building up. Pressure on the Yorkshire batters. Sweep shot played first up, and maybe an opportunity, but not quite. How are you, award-winning journalist, Ed?
Stop it. Stop it. I'm really irritated that Claire brought that up again.
I don't think I'll be able to look at you in the same light ever again. There's just going to be this glow around you.
That's just because of the sunburn that I'll get if I go out at all in this weather.
Well, I'm, as you can see, quite dark, and I've struggled the last few days. It's been warm, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's not the day to be in black polyester.
No, it's also, I mean, I was going to say it's getting towards sweaty palms time, but I think it's basically been like that since ball one anyway.
Yeah, we're past that. We're past the sweaty palms. Oh, big reverse sweep and good bit of work there from Katie Jones. Ward playing all the shots at the moment.
I think that's probably the earliest preparation for a reverse sweep that I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean Lola's gives the ball a lot of air, doesn't she? It's quite slow through the air, so you have that extra bit of time, and that was well played down the ground, and Ward belts that over mid off for 4. It's probably one of the, I'm watching Lola bowl for a few years now. It's probably the next thing is a slightly flatter delivery, just to rush on to the batter a little bit. Tossed up again and out, or just keep tossing it up, putting spin on it, straight through, bowled. What do I know? Off you go.
Well, I don't know whether that was. I mean, it was well bowled. Don't get me wrong. I wonder whether Maddie Ward, just having gone for that reverse sweep first ball, then belts it over mid off, and then goes for that third ball and misses it again.
That's this. If you're a parent or a coach, that's the sort of 3-ball thread of cricket that drives you wild. Clearly capable of using her feet, playing a authentic cricket shot with power for 4, and persevering with a shot that nearly got her out the ball before and eventually did. I mean, it's just, I get it, but why not just keep hitting the shot you're really good at?
Yeah, there's a couple of things, I suppose, isn't there? Because also you're having to create all the pace playing that shot anyway because of the speed that Harris bowls at, and also there was a fielder behind square on the offside a little way, so it wasn't as though it was basically get any bat on it at all and you're getting at least 2, as it was a couple of times in Somerset innings when they tried to play that shot.
Yeah, my gut feeling is if you play that well, you're only going to get 1 for it. Yeah, there's there were 2 fielders, fielders in position at point and 45. So yeah, unless you absolutely get it out the screws, it's only going to be 1. And after the ball before, I mean that's just it's just one of those things. It's what happens when you're chasing boundaries. Oh, Lola straight through again. Beautifully landed leg spinner. And the batter has played all round that one. She's got 2 in 2. Excellent bowling there. You know what, Lola? Just keep tossing it up, spinning it. Don't worry about any flatter deliveries. That'll do you.
First ball, just looking for that get me off the mark shot into the leg side, but it's against whatever turn there is. It doesn't turn square, but it just has to do a little bit. And not only is she on for a hat-trick, but she's on for a hat-trick of the same dismissal. Something, but out comes the experienced Ria Fackrell. Rates just hit 11 required.
Such a hard thing to execute, playing across the line to a ball potentially spinning away. First ball always serves you quite well when you're getting in, just to play nice and straight. but good bowling there. And I think that is the super strength of Lola. She does give the ball a nice bit of flight, mesmerises, lures the batter in.
I think for the hat-trick ball, you should tell her she needs to bowl a flat one again.
But I think Lola has to bowl a slider flat one, quicker ball. Oh, right on the money. Oh, well.
She gave herself a chance.
She's bowled 3 cracking deliveries. 2 of them have got wickets. And that really has put the skids under Yorkshire's chase. 110 for 7 now off 14 overs.
Yeah, and I think that's probably something that, in terms of what's happened the last couple of overs, something that has happened to Yorkshire a bit this season, and probably is something that won't happen for too long to them, just because they're probably a bit more top-heavy, I reckon, than they will be, who knows, maybe even next year, in the next couple of years. It's going to be quite interesting to see how the situation with women's cricket in the north/northeast plays out over that period of time. But they have had a few wobbles like that, and it's been potentially a terminal one, but we'll see. Still got Beth Langston and Rhea Fackrell who can both bat.
Am I right in saying when with the change up in women's cricket, Yorkshire had an extra year without a Tier 1 team?
Yes.
And
so they were always,
in particular, Winfield Hill went to Essex for one season. Was that right?
So she was on loan for the Blast only for Essex, and then players like Holly Armitage, I mean, actually quite a lot of members of Durham's side now, Yorkshire would have expected to have signed, were they awarded the Tier 1 side.
So effectively
to start
a year behind in signings. And
yeah, a little bit. I mean, some players like Beth Langston, who's out there, chose to stay with Yorkshire, and then they had a year in Tier 2, joined them, or continued with them, I should say, in Tier 1. But other players who are, you know, well, they are Yorkshire products, but they chose, and understandably, chose to go and play for Durham straight away. But their contracts will start to expire, I think, at Durham. So I am not speculating about any particular names or anything like that, but it wouldn't surprise me if Yorkshire started to attract some of them back and maybe even start to splash the cash a little bit in other ways, because they've got cash to splash all of a sudden again of Yorkshire.
Well, it's a short career ahead. Cash is king.
Exactly.
No, I'm sure. You know, playing for your home county is quite a lure, to be fair. But we have a dramatically changing game. It looked like, for all money, that Yorkshire had a serious amount of momentum, and then Barnes and Harris took those 3 quick wickets, and all of a sudden you fancy Somerset very much in control of this game. 113 for 7, 65 off 31 balls now, which is quite a tall order. Only 3 wickets remaining, and batters new to the crease. Oh, chance. It might have been a chance for a run out, but Sophie Love keeps that to a single. 114 for 7, 5 overs to go. We are now officially in the death period.
Right. Okay.
That was kind of first 6, last 5.
Oh, right. Okay. So they've started to. I haven't watched much of the IPL, WPL. I haven't watched much of that. There's been so much international cricket.
The IPL has been going on for a while now, hasn't it? I mean,
yeah.
I think it's in that final stage, isn't it? Sunday, the final, I think, if I'm right in saying.
But I think it's there. They seem to have started this sort of, I don't know, they've broken it down even more into various phrases that I can't even remember.
Well, some of the scores have been outrageous.
There's like a sort of accelerate phase, which to me is basically the entire innings, the way it normally goes. But yeah, anyway, I don't think anybody can quibble that we're in the death overs now in T20.
Yeah, in a couple of ways. Tonked out into the deep. Oh, was that... Who's that underneath that? Is that Griff?
Griffiths, I think, yeah.
Made awesome amount of ground there to get to it, but didn't stick. She'll be disappointed with that. She's such a good fielder. But she's covered about 30, 40 yards there. Makes it, but just pops out at that vital moment. Good effort there from Alex Griffiths, but not to be. Lola, another wicket from Lola Harris. 3 for 12 now. Could have been 4. Unbelievable spell this from Lola Harris. She's really cracked this game open, and Somerset fully in control now.
Oh, this is the time you want to be bowling now as you're getting into the lower order, and the tail leg spin, giving it some flight, bamboozling those lower order batters. And so Ria Fackrell can bat, but she's another one that tries to roll the wrists on it, plays against the turn and pays the price.
Yeah, Cardinal Sin that playing against across the spin, and that one did look like it turned from outside leg onto that leg stump. But I do think if Lola could add a quicker ball into her armoury, that would take it to a whole new level. I mean, she lands her leggy really nicely, but if she had a pace variety as well when batters are getting after her, I think it would dramatically change how she's able to stop batters scoring as well as taking wickets like she has done today. 3 for 12, let's not argue. Another perfectly delivered leg break.
This is leg spinner to leg spinner now with Holly Garton out to the middle.
Oh, they definitely won't want to get out to the opposite number. That was a bit of a wicket-keeper thing, wasn't it? Do not get stumped by your opposite number with the gloves. Excellent couple of overs burst here. 3 wickets for Lola Harris. Hardly any runs gone for as well. At a time where you thought Yorkshire was starting to get into an uncomfortable stage for Somerset. Creeping up, lowering that run rate, but all change. Somerset in control here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. 4 overs to go.
I think the most encouraging feature of the start to Somerset's blast campaign has been less the fact that they've got those 50s from the top order. Of course, that's good. You need that, but the performance of Somerset's young bowling group, and at times without the England players in the one-day cup, it felt as though they were relying quite heavily on their, and it's crazy to think of them as more experienced hands now, but your Griffiths and your Skeltons were having to come back into the attack quite a lot and take wickets. But here, 3 for Barnes, 3 for Harris, for Kusic got that crucial wicket of Jonathan first ball. It's just been a really rounded performance, and Barnes looking for a 4th wicket.
Yeah, I think as well, you know, T20 in any part of the world, spin just seems to be the hardest to hit, and you know, Skelton, Barnes and Lola having good control of the ball as well. I think it's a massive asset. You know, that's 12 of the 20 overs, sorry, that you have good spin options as well. And I think that's been crucial, the way that they've they come into the game and grew in confidence, and we're seeing the fruits of it now as Somerset folk. Obviously, we're completely partisan here, but it's nice to see the young cricketers start to put in those performances, take the wickets, score the runs.
Well, I think I do always say we are only being paid by one county.
This is true.
You could, if it gets towards the stage when the other county fancies chipping in, then
Well, we're open to contributions, aren't we?
Exactly.
If anyone can just fix the aircon, it would completely change the narrative.
You should be able to come back for 2 here.
Oh, drop of the bat. Luckily, it wasn't a tight single there.
So, I mean, when you do that, do you try and sort of like do sort of like slide in with the with the boot?
You'd have to go baseball style, wouldn't you? I reckon.
Yeah, well, like feet first slide.
Yeah,
You're thinking.
I did.
Of course, because now you don't have to. You just have to ground it, and then if it bounces up, it doesn't matter. So you could do your feet first slide. You just need to whatever way gets you into that ground quickest.
It depends how much you value your elbow skin, because diving front first definitely loses a fair bit of flesh, unfortunately, on those hard wicket ends.
Well, that's going to end a fabulous 4 overs from Liv Barnes. 3 for 17.
3 for 19.
3 for 19. There we
What
go.
a spell. Great spell. Harris 3 for 12 at the moment. Can she pick up a couple of wickets? Maybe even be greedy. Pick up a 5 for in T20 cricket. They're as rare as hen's teeth.
She's going to give herself a chance if she keeps bringing those stumps into play the way that she has. And it's been really great to watch from a Somerset point of view, but I think if you just enjoy leg spin, it's been another delivery there which would have gone on to hit the stumps. The equation very much, I suppose, more now for Yorkshire is how many runs can they eke out at the end here. Somerset always pays in any white ball cricket these days to win by as much as possible, so they'll certainly be wanting to keep
Or net run rate and all them
standards
things.
up and that sort of thing. Hello, Claire.
Hello.
Ooh, full toss. She might get away with that because the batter was down the pitch and the ball would have dropped a considerable way the way that Harris bowls it. So yeah,
Better timing, that would have been a good catch, wouldn't it, out there? Because it was heading to that corner.
Would have been a
Backward square.
ball you want to get out to.
No.
Ooh, just over the head, but well hit. It's going to take some stopping for long on, and well done by Vukusic. Back for a couple, but saving 2. So one thing you do find about the Taunton crowd, they love a 2 as much as a 4 or 6, but they also love a stop like that as much as a wicket.
I was downstairs and there was obviously a really good stop, and you could hear the crowd getting really involved.
Yeah, no, they love it. They're into the standards of out cricket here.
I was looking for your cryostasis off Mike. I couldn't find it.
Cryostasis.
Whatever it was you said. Whatever you
I think that really
told
is
me
getting
about
frozen. No danger of that in this box. Oh, attempted slide tackle on the ball from Sophie Luff. It's about the only thing she's tried today that hasn't worked.
Yeah, Captain Fantastic.
Batting and a lot of key bowling changes. The fields have been well set.
Yeah.
Particularly that catch off Stair Callis, which is probably actually the biggest individual moment in the innings. Maybe as much as if you can combine Winfield, Hill and Jonathan getting out with the score on 29, but Callis going for 51. It was so clear that was a set plan with 2 fielders in the ring.
Well, and they could have batted
square.
around her, couldn't they? I mean, if she carried on, even if she wasn't scoring very fast, the others could have come in and had a bit of a licence. So yeah, it was a dangerous moment, and it was a good bit of nipping in the bud there. Despite the 50 runs. 51 runs for Stair Callis off 35 balls. 37 minutes, 9 fours. I'm just looking at the scorecard, I don't remember all that stuff.
Vukusic back.
Right arm over. Right-handed batter. Can only defend that down in front of her, does Garton. And the Somerset are buoyed by those wickets and are running around like well, I would say they're in black kit, but I would have said the red arrows if they were in red.
In any danger of missing any cut-off time or anything like that? Not that would have a massive effect on the result, but as I say,
you want to keep it neat and tidy, don't you? You don't want to be giving anything away.
Don't want to get into the habits of bowling your overs too slowly or anything.
That's placed through cover. They're going to take 2. It's slightly less rescue than it's looked like when they set off. 2 more to the total. Yorkshire 127 for 8. Garton on 7 and Langston on 9. Sort of rear guard action for Yorkshire here. Still need 51 to win and 2 overs, so a bit steep. Straight through to the wicket keeper. There's no run.
She's foxed a few top order bats as well with that delivery that She just holds back a bit. It's as though, I don't know, it's the way that she bowls, it's almost as though the release point isn't quite where the batters are expecting.
Yeah, could be.
Just misread the pace of some of those deliveries, particularly wide of off stump. I think we saw Callis miss a couple, even as well as she batted.
Kusic in again. Cord slices that through cover. Field is going to come after that from outside the 25-yard circle. They just get the one, another one to the total.
All the pace taken off that one.
Yorkshire need 50 off 8 balls, so unlikely.
Put it up in big lettering on the board.
They couldn't, just in case anyone's gone into a sort of sun-induced fog here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. Big wind up, straight to the fielder, and she puts that down. Oh, Peter won't be happy.
Oh, and there was probably a chance of a direct hit run out there as well.
They get through for a run, so chance of a catch, chance of a run out. Close to both. Yes, Tree goes shouting -1 from the back of the box.
Minus 1,000.
Yes.
It's a drop catch, minus 1,000.
It's a tough card school here. For Kusic rounds the top of her mark into Garton. Crouching. Ooh, and she's bowled. That's Garton. That's 9 down for Yorkshire. 129 for 9. Garton goes for 8. Ooh, it's getting close. They're going to get them all out?
Well, we'll see. One more wicket to take. And Vukusic, well, we've seen a few of these. It was almost like watching a Lola Harris delivery there. Pace off.
Straight
Tried
through.
to help it leg side and yeah, just
Clean bowled.
through the gate. So Woolston out to join Langston.
That's almost as good as your Seabourne, Freeborn, Eastbourne joke, which isn't even worth explaining. No, not one of
Freeborn
Super Ed's
identity.
Freeborn identity, yeah.
So
She's batting well at Warwickshire.
yes,
In the absence of
that.
1 or 2 players off to England duty, etc., and concussions and all sorts of things happening there. Of course, Somerset today minus Heather Knight, Charlie Dean and Danny Gibson, who have played a little in the Metro Bank.
Yes, yeah. Certainly, well, Gibson and Dean all over the wickets in
Yeah.
that deciding
Oh, yeah, that
T20
big
down
game.
at Hove.
Yeah.
Good to see. And Neve Holland has the honour of bowling the last over. Shot to mid-off. This will be a fairly comfortable single. Bex Hodges will hold on to that. I suppose a few directions it could have gone. Both Griffiths and Skelton have an over left, but it's going to be Holland who hasn't picked up a wicket today, but
Still a chance.
yeah.
Are they going to get them
there
all
is,
out?
yeah. And her
Can they
second over
can they
was
stay in?
part of that drag back from Somerset as well. Oh, that's close. Not the moment. They will come through for a leg by. Skiddy delivery from Neve Holland. Again, it's back leg. Quite far back, but possibly take a look at it from this angle. Oh, it's quite similar to the one before, isn't it? Where it struck in front of leg a long way back.
Somerset thought they had their woman then.
Ramped. Oh, she's got that. That was a good delivery to get if you were going for the ramp and just flicked over fine leg. Nice shot from Beth Langston, her first boundary.
Using all her experience from her England days, no doubt. Up over her shoulder. Thanks very much. Over the fielder. No risk in the
Just
end.
what you want to full toss when you're trying to ramp. I can't say I've ever played one myself, but
I don't think they're invented when I played.
not sure we were allowed that sort of thing
No,
when I
we
was,
weren't. It
when
was
I was
frowned
learning
upon.
either.
That's right. Not in the coaching manual in those days.
Oh, I think she might have helped Neve Holland out there.
Yeah, that could
Beth
have been a
Langston, that
wide.
looked as if it was going to be quite wide.
Yeah.
So 2 balls.
To get 42.
Well, yes, I wasn't going there,
Well,
but
yeah.
just whether Yorkshire were going to... Well, I suppose they're 1 ball away from
2 balls
batting
can
out
they
the 20.
Yes, 2 balls can they survive. 2 balls can Somerset get this last wicket and finish it all off.
Number 11, Woolston. And that
That's it.
won't be it.
Ooh,
It
I thought
snuck
was, I thought
through
it was. It's the
Katie
opposite.
Jones and then Nearly a
So
direct hit, which Katie Jones wasn't aware of.
We couldn't see through the batter there, could we? Real time. What had happened? It looked like it was shaping up to be a clean bowl, but it
has
was
been
not.
signalled a run, so that
Okay, so it did come
makes
off
it
bat.
a harder thing for Jones behind the stumps anyway. But it's mostly just a matter of bookkeeping. Here's the last ball of this match. Wallop to mid-off, and Hodges will underarm it in. So Yorkshire won't be bowled out, but Somerset will have a relatively comfortable win in the end, although Stair Callis certainly gave them a fright, especially with that partnership with Maddie Ward, a half-century for Stair Callis. But Somerset with a really fine bowling performance, especially, as I mentioned a while ago, from some of their young guns. 3 wickets apiece for the spinners, Barnes and Harris, a couple for Kusic, and with the bat, runs for all of the top 4, and Somerset's 177 for 5, proving to be enough, and they've won by 39 runs.
Excellent news. It's a good victory here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. The teams will be off on Friday. Somerset will be off to Old Trafford to play against Lancashire Thunder. Meanwhile, Yorkshire will be at home entertaining Essex, if you want to watch these 2 teams again. If you want to listen to me, which is all right, why would you? I mean, I'm sure Ed won't. I'll be on Sunday. I'll be at Worcestershire versus Derbyshire at New Road.
Well, I think sadly I'll be tied up then,
Oh, you'll
Claire,
be
but
busy.
never mind.
Yeah, you're washing your hair, aren't you? I can tell.
The Somerset game against Lancashire, I should say, is the first half of a double header up at Old Trafford, so make sure you join the stream for that one. But it's a second win to go with their tie for Somerset, so they keep themselves firmly up towards the top of the Vitality Blast Women's table. And I must admit, I'm not sure, I should know, but I'm not sure whether that's good enough for a bonus point or not at this point. I didn't try and work out the score, but in any case, it's a win, and look at the table wherever you like for how many points it is exactly, whether it's a 4 or a 5. But Somerset have moved on to at least 10 points. There's the match summary.
Callis was a bit of resistance, wasn't she, for Yorkshire? 51 off 35 balls, but she could have done with somebody sticking around with her. Ward did quite well at 22, but then the wickets, 3 for 19 for Liv Barnes and 3 for 17 for Lola Harris. I think that sort of highlights.
Certainly a good performance from Somerset, and the home faithful will go home happy in the bright sunshine. Thanks very much for joining us on the Somerset live stream today. Somerset winning this match by 39 runs from all of us here. Goodbye.